Awesome. Okay, I'm streaming. Hello, surprise stream. Uh, one, thank you so much for 97 followers. That's crazy. We're near 100, and if we're near 100, I promise I'll do something special. Well, not near. Once we hit. Once we hit, that's the promise. Uh, but I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, same plan as usual. But as you can see, a lot has changed other than the display. I will be streaming on YouTube too. Like right now I should be. Let me like double check if everything went to plan. And I also have I have my Discord server. You can find that under my Twitch account, and also I have my TikTok set up. I tried streaming on there too, but there was an issue with that. I also have a Kick channel live. Oh my goodness. I believe we're streaming right now. Is it gonna work? I don't know. I think I'm streaming. I hope it's streaming to YouTube too. Let's see. YouTube Studio. Because I'm familiar with Twitch. I'm pretty sure I'm streaming on Twitch right now. We should be good. Hypothetically. Okay, yeah, we're streaming on Twitch. What about YouTube? YouTube, can we cooperate? That'd be amazing. Ooh. It's not gonna listen, eh? It's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I hate this. I hate technology. I'm old. It says no views. Why can't I watch it? It's because I am the account holder? I don't know. I mean, how about this? I'll find out afterwards if I streamed there both. If I didn't, then she did her best. She tried. I got my Midwest princess shirt, so life is good. But today I thought we could do like more chill vibes. I thought, wait, this is not Lego? Oh, oh. No, that's trash. Godzilla's not like. What is this? What is this mockery? Okay, I definitely have to be Sharkums. There's a pink. Why don't they have a pink option for her in Realsies? And I think we're gonna create a new world. I have had a bunch. We've played a lot. It's one of my faves. But it is really bugging me that I don't know if it's streaming. Okay, I'm gonna switch my account. So I'm gonna be fancy. I used to do a different type of content creation. So let's see with that account if I can. Oh, I am live. Oh my goodness. Hello. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. That's so cool. Okay, that's so cool. I'm learning. She's learning. She's growing. Okay. Okay. Awesome. It's working. I just need to figure out how to do TikTok, which TikTok disapproved me. They didn't believe that I owned the account. Well, I don't know. They just didn't say anything, which was disappointing. Because, like, come on. I am super trustworthy. What do you mean? What is there not to trust? But let's do a new world. I know it's not Fortnite, but tomorrow I'll be playing Fortnite, whether it be Octo games or solos or duos or squads. But then at the same time, I do really want to complete. Oh, let's see what's in shop. The ADHD brain do be bouncing. Oh, maybe not the Lego 4, because my brain's gonna be like, ugh. Um, I could play solos a little bit. I okay, one round, and then we'll go Fortnite. Okay, they're pushing DC stuff, eh? And Marvel. Oh, chicken, chimkin. Oh, okay, this is beautiful. Meowtooth. It's giving like a the Gobi Desert. Amazing. Uh, King Kong. Amazing. Oh, they could have done better with her. That's okay. It's fine. Okay, she's cute. Also, she's cute. No option to take. Okay. Well, we did our best. Oh, I've seen so much about this skin. I love the berry vibes. I just don't like the 2D effect, but like her outfit and everything is so cute. But bittersweet? What the fuck? It's giving like You know the viral strawberry dress? That's what this is. Her Lego form is super freaking cute. Oh my goodness. And I love, love, love the outfit. Netflix. Necklace. Not Netflix. Bloom. Interesting. What are you, my dude? Okay, we don't know. It's fine. Oh, why is Firefox starting up? I don't think we need Firefox right now, not at least. Uh, High stakes club. Excuse me? Can I inspect items at least? I mean, she's cute. She's cute. Could they do a little bit better? Maybe. But it's okay. It's expensive. Okay, she's not much of a vibe for me. She's a vibe. But, I don't know. And also, seeing that I'm wearing the Midwest Princess shirt. Okay, let's make sure I track my quest or then I'm gonna be lost and confused. Oh, I have to be Godzilla? Okay, I guess I have to do that. Make new friends. So many options. But, what was I gonna say? I don't know, like, the BBC Chapel Rowan interview, that was amazing. I love that. And also, apparently Good Luck Babe is coming to Fortnite, and I cannot wait. And I really hope they bring a skin. If they bring a skin, my wallet, it's gone. I'm gonna be buying it. I'm gonna be broke, per usual. But that's fine. But, like, I'm low-key hoping it's the MTV outfit. Like, but all of her outfits are amazing. Like, I aspire. But I feel like the night one would be cool, like a Fortnite. Get it? I hope I'm playing solos. We'll find out the hard way. It's not gonna be bueno. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. She's vibing. She's chilling. Why did Firefox open? Doesn't want to tell me that it started fire. We didn't start the fire. Awesome. This is so cool. It's loading forever. I'm playing on the Switch, okay? Give me some slack. She's trying as best as she can. Okay. Okay. Yes, it's solos, okay. Because then I don't have to feel bad for being terrible. Okay. I thank the bus driver always and forever. Okay, I'm good. Oh, I didn't mean that. I mean, where should I drop? I mean, I do kind of, like, this intrigues me. Let's go there. Make it about me. Oh, when you and I together. Vibing. Someone did not like the music. They were like, girl, you have one job. That is not to sing. Will my controller work? I would like to deploy this Skelly glider. I guess not. The low FPS is amazing as well too, so enjoy that. Oh, okay. Aw, someone's dropping with me. That means I have to murder someone in cold blood. No. But yeah, if you want some pretty cringeworthy TikToks, check out my TikTok. It's under the same username. I did a curl routine, which I am aware my can't talk. My curls look like shite right now. I've been pretty irresponsible with managing them, and I barely refreshed my curls either, so I just was like, I'll stream today. And I just sprayed the curls a bunch, and I was like, I'm calling it a day. That is beautiful. That'll be enough for me. Also, I'd like you to know about my struggles when streaming. I play on a Switch, so that in itself is fun. But I'm also streaming through a MacBook Air, which, don't get me started. I've talked about this so many times. But um the MacBook Air also conveniently blocks. Why is there a dot in the middle of the screen? I mean, I'll take it, but I don't know what that. Oh, it's the gun. Okay. Uh, where was I even going? Oh my goodness. But ADHD brain doing its own thing. It blocks what's in like my dash thing, like weapons. I don't know what I have, and I'll have to look at the stream itself, like right now, to do the following. Did I lose the potion? And that is my meow meows getting their foodsums. They're getting the delicious crunch crunch. Homemade modern one non-fiction. We love chaperone. This is a chaperone stand. Like, this is the whole vibe. Initially, my plan was, because I got this shirt, but... Okay, so I was able to get, like, the 2023 tour shirt, which I did not go to the tour, but I was outside. Enjoying it from the curb. No! What the heck? Okay. But I was very excited for my shirt. I waited a month. I ordered it during Christmas. I was like, this is gonna be a Christmas gift for me! Cannot take me. Oh, it's... Okay. I was very excited, but the whole thing was is that it had on the back, like, the map of her first tour, with the dates on there, and one of them being, like, the one that I heard. But I got it. I got the shirt. I'm wearing it. It's not the shirt. They sent me the wrong one. I don't know if I was scammed. If I ordered off the wrong website, but like it's the one in her bio, so I'm like, I think it's the right one. But like there is no back to it, no map, and it only has the front, which is like her 2024 tour, which I'm completely fine with. But then the thing is, the label is off. Is because like she made the statement that she works only with Everyday World, and that's why they cost so much because it's sustainable. So I'm like, okay, I paid the cost of a sustainable shirt, which I'm fine with that. I want to support our queen, but at the same time, I'm just like, I really wanted the 2023 shirt. So I got devastated. My whole plan was I was gonna do a makeup look like her, and I was gonna be like, oh, look at how cool! Wow, I look amazing. I was thinking of doing her like classic, like the tiny desk, look, like the one that she's most famous for. But ugh. Nah, I'm good. My brain's too small to comprehend that right now. Ugh. I have to go towards the shooting, don't I? So I was devastated. I admit have been a little bit of a Karen, wrote an email and be like, hey, I'm so sorry. I hate to be a Karen right now, but like it's not what I ordered. Um, the shirt is a snug fit. It's bigger than like what I would think it would be for its size, but I don't mind it. I kind of like a snugly fit. I like cozy. And like for me that like I remember experiencing the exact same thing with and I can't. Okay. Like Claro's Charm merch, like some of her like her tour shirts were smaller than her sizes online. Which didn't bother me. I like the tighter fit, but then like because I went off of her tour shirt sizes, I ended up getting the cat Claro Charm shirt, like that's ridiculously big, but I really don't mind it. I like the cozy vibes. Hey guys, get ready to be murdered. Beep beep boop boop boop. Hi guys, I'm just girly pop. I'm just doing girly things. Oh no, not against another girl. Oh, the recoil's terrible. Hi. Oh no, another girl. I'm sorry. Girly pop, we gotta go. You were fighting too long. And then there's another person here with their AI, right? Or what's happening here? Or is it their AI? I'm so confused. Whose AI is this? Oh, hers. I see. Bless you. Oh, I'm out of. Sorry. What? What are they doing? I'm so confused. Can we talk this out or no? Or do we have to fight? I'm confused. Demon grunt? Why is there a demon grunt all the way here? Isn't it on the... You know I'm a man. You think I'm a guy? sort out the aim. I'm trying. I hate to break it to you, but I am indeed a woman. Um, I any day would take my periods away. You're welcome to take them. Honestly, low key. I would heavily appreciate that. No pun intended. Not hard to differentiate. I don't think that's too nice to say. I'm gonna be honest, but you know what? I don't know who hurt you or who made you feel like that, but that's okay. If you're not having a great day, it's okay. Who's attacking me? What is going on here? There's so much AI. I know Sky, right? I just decided to do a low-key surprise stream, and then tears. But it's okay. I think it's just AI fighting it out. I'm so confused. But I did kill people. I'm part of the Matrix. It's always been part of my plan. They blessed me with being a woman. Not only being a woman, but having PCOS. So they were like, you know what? This is part of our strategy. And then on top of it, they were like, let's make you disabled. Not only are we gonna give you the illusion that you are a woman. I agree, Sky. We do not like that negative energy. That is not for us. The AI is really bugging me out. Oh, am I killing the good guy too, unintentionally? Okay, out of ammo. It's okay to take the blue pill. Yeah. Well, I hate to tell you that, yeah, Thai, so we do not like the messages. I think I added you to block list, but then maybe I didn't. It's my first time using Restreamio. But I agree with Sky, he is funny. And I mean, like, you know what? We can live for this whole man agenda, I guess. Who cares? Chapel Roan would not like that. Well, not me being guy. I meant about your energy, Thaiso. It's not a vibe. What is this? We do not like negative vibes. Yeah, I think I banned him accidentally. I was just gonna key term the whole like negative energy and be like, he can talk or they can talk so, as long as they're not being mean. But it looks like I straight up was like blocked. Very girly pop energy of me. I was just like, oh, we're good. But Sky, thanks for stopping by. And sorry you had to witness that scandalous energy. I hope you're doing good, and I'm assuming no, it's Thursday, so you're almost done your work week. Never mind, I got confused. I am still streaming on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, but I decided to stream again, just for funsies. I was vibing. Yeah, I don't know why, also, like, I feel like everyone's gender and sexuality shouldn't impact other people. It's none of their business, quite honestly, about who I am or how I identify. So I don't get when that really bothers people. I'm just like, okay, you think that? Sure, I can break that for you. And because I have PCOS. Oh wait, I had to look at my phone. Been under the weather. Shoot. No, I mean honestly, rest is important. Like, if you're not feeling well, rest. I mean, okay. That's another thing. So I'm based somewhere in the wildlands of Canada, in the snowy mountains. I'm joking. I what's the word, bruh? We had like a salmonella outbreak with our eggs. And, like, I went through a phase where I'm like, I'm lazy, I don't want to cook, I'm not feeling it. So I was like, I'm gonna do instant ramen, like these like dried ramen noodles, whatever. and then like just add an egg in there for protein, right? So like I had like for a week straight these salmonella. No, 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 no. Okay, well it could have been worse. Where are they? Oh, there you are. Oh, bro, I can't aim. Bro, no need to be mean. Bro. Nah, okay, I could know better. We'll reload. But I ate a bunch of salmonella eggs, and I wasn't feeling well. And let's just say the toilet was my best friend for a while. So I was sleeping all the time. I had plans to do a lot more. I was like, okay, I'm gonna like maybe reorganize my stream schedule. Maybe like add more days. But no. Yeah. Uh, so you love that for me. Um, but totally, like it always sucks. And then like, there's nothing wrong with resting and taking it easy. And I'm sorry you're just not having a great week. And I hope the weekend, Friday's nearing, and I hope we'll just sleep past it. We'll forget about this week. No more salmonella, and then things are gonna be okay, hopefully. And I know my stream is also named Lego Fortnite Chilling, but I was gonna play it, but I decided I would do a little bit of solo, just a little bit. So I'll do one more round, and then I'll switch to Lego Fortnite because I do want chill vibes. I want it to be a chill stream. When I feel like sometimes Fortnite is like always like so I'm just like that's a lot for me. Maybe I need a break. We don't need all that negative energy, please. um yeah, and so like if I could, that's another thing too, because like it's the copyright strikes, right, with Twitch. I'd have music going in the background. I play some Chapel Roan. I play some Claro. Um, Dochi. What else have I been into? The Marias. But then if I do that, then my stream audio just gets muted, and that's very sad. That's devastating. Uh, but here we are. We're gonna see how it goes. And my bangs look terrible when I have the curl crunch. I'm still learning and trying to understand how to do curls. And I love how it's like, yes, I'll have the confidence now to make a curl routine thing video. Because like I made my TikTok and was like, I need to make content. What do I make? And what can I make when I'm lazy and I don't want to get out of bed? So, um, I did a curl routine video. Ah, that's true. That makes sense. I mean, I didn't think about that. Maybe because like that was my plan. I'm right now streaming on YouTube too, and I made a TikTok account with a bunch of reels. And I was like, I'm pretty certain I want to stream on TikTok too because I feel like it's a better outreach if that makes sense. Because I feel like with like TikTok, it brings kind of just like the scroll energy on top of like whether you want to watch like something in the background like live streams, right? When like Twitch I think is like strictly like that vibe. So I set it up, but then I realized I had to pay money if I had to stream more than one account. So today I'm like, okay, I'll just do Twitch and YouTube. I'll see how that goes. See which like helps or whatever. But I do think I'm gonna like maybe switch the YouTube to TikTok or something. But yeah, that would be awesome because I literally all I would do is like play music in the background, and I'm not saying I'm a good singer or anything like that, but I definitely would get the better of me and sing my terrible karaoke moment. Wow, thank you, person. And the gold, it taunts me. But yeah. Yeah, I think I'll do that because like today I'm already streaming, and that was the other thing. I was certain I was gonna do like okay, I'll do Twitch and TikTok, But I like you have to like send in requests, right? To go live on TikTok on YouTube. My YouTube got approved, no problem. But TikTok on the other hand was like, mm, no. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. So I was like today I was like pretty certain there wouldn't be any issues. I was like, yeah, I submitted my ID. I don't know, submitted my life away. I showed them that like I own the account. Like I feel like there's nothing else that I have to hide. But they didn't approve it. And so I was like, okay, so either way I don't have a choice. If I want to stream on here or what is going on? There we go. Stream on TikTok or not. So I sent in another request because I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Like I don't know what I'm missing that they're not happy with, but I'm happy to try to accommodate to it, whatever. And like, it'd be nice too if they'd be like, hey, like, this is what we think you need, or like, you were missing this information or something like that. Because from my understanding, I added everything that they had on there. But apparently not. So I submitted the request again. Right now, my TikTok just has cringe TikToks. If that's your niche, you can enjoy that. Because I have to admit, I am socially awkward, and I think if you're like, is she socially awkward when watching my streams? The TikTok not reels. Oh my gosh, TikToks will confirm that for you. Because it's just that, but condensed. Because I don't know what I should be doing. But I'm trying. I am like, okay, I'm learning about, like, creator. Ugh. Okay, that was a save at least. Yeah, okay, so at least it makes it two of us. And you know what? I love that energy. Like, I want that community, like, join me. But at the same time, I know it's not that great when like trying to do marketing and stuff and be like, ah, yes, here's a low key Facebook mom TikTok, and on top of it too, because I don't have that much tech and stuff. Godzilla. I'm coming for Godzilla. I want it to be Godzilla, but it's okay. Oh, I didn't mean to drop out of my bike, but okay. But people are like, what is this? From my understanding, I've learned also with Godzilla, you have to like hit the shards. That's where it's like the most damage goes. Right? Yeah. Oh, I leveled up. But I'm hoping to learn better about how to edit, even though my limited tech understanding and expertise and access to tech. But we're gonna see. We'll see. Oh, thank you for the yum yums. Oh, someone's attacking me. Oh, it's the Godzilla. Oh. Oh, he's going for me. But I'm learning because I felt like I should try maybe to widen my outreach, especially considering like 97 followers. I think that's crazy, and I just want to try to do that. But like I met this girl 8 years ago, and we've been best friends since. We even just met back in all info. Was like, what the heck? Aww, that's so. I love that vibe though, cause like having someone to stream with, like I feel like it also is like very motivating. Being like, hey, we can do this. It's okay. Like how you motivate me, which I really appreciate. And they're going for me again. But yeah, no, it's like it's so confusing, and I feel like with the internet, right? Like even a day, like everything changes. Like it's on a faster timeline than the rest of us. So it's kind of interesting trying to understand that while also being like, what do we do? Because like it's like, what are the current trends? What do people want the recoil? Man, it's like, what do we do? And like there's also like each social media platform has like their own thing, right? About like trends and like search engines and like what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. Or not just like inappropriate stuff, like how do we word it? Okay, I'm gonna. Oh man. But it's like also like YouTube reels are like people want different things, right? Than like TikTok. TikTok is very much like the content. So it's like also learning about that and trying to understand and like trends or filters, right? About like what you're supposed to be doing. Ugh. Oh, I'm slacking. Oh, they won. 100% they got the medallion on me. God darn it. I tried. Now I can go for them. Ooh, lol. You took my medallion, you deserve. The Godzilla with the sneakers I find hilarious. Bro, I don't have ammo. That's why I'm resorting to Naifu, okay? I'm sorry. Oh. That is a little powered. Everyone's shooting. I love that for us. Oh. He's healing. Oop. Hello, come back. Or wait, I do have my shotgun. Oh my goodness. Okay, more ammo at least. Bro, everyone's gathering and just shooting each other. Okay. Shoot. Okay. I need to do better. I'm gonna like... Okay, I'll do one more time. And then let go Fortnite. I promise. No, but like I feel it's so like the fact that it's been 8 years for you to Sky with them, and that you're still staying connected. Like I feel like that's awesome. Like I feel like that's the most important part, right? With like trying to like like with friendships, right? Like people drift apart now and then, but like also at the same time, it's just like you have that like trust and that ability to just meet up and be like everything's like nothing has changed. Like I have like a few friends like we went through undergrad together, and it's literally like that for us. Like they'll be like busy and it'll be like months of us like not talking or anything, and then all of a sudden it's like we're just back like as if we talked yesterday over tea or something, and we're just like yeah we're chilling, all is good. And I love that energy too at the same time because like it's just like it feels so comfortable, if that makes sense, because it just be like talking and being open with them. Like you don't have to be like, I don't know, like not that there's necessarily like this tension about like how we should be in front of each other, this and that, but it's like like sometimes still like when you're like in those relationships too, where it's like you're showing like one side of yourself, or it's not necessarily one side, but like this like perfected image, because like society pressures, right, about like how we should look and how we should behave. So it's like, okay, like you're this person, it is you, but it's not entirely you, and you still get exhausted, you can't just be yourself. And so like that kind of stuff, like it sucks, and it's not on the other person, it's just kind of like ingrained in our minds. And just again a sucky societal thing, but it's awesome when you have those friends and those relationships where it's like you can be yourself, like you don't have to worry about like, not that there's anything to worry about, but like I don't know if I'm making any sense. Just like I don't know, right? It's like the whole concept like with like, oh, not wanting to wear makeup at home. Like I like for my skin, I get irritated, but then like with my friends, like I don't have to worry about wearing my makeup or not. I'll be just like, okay, we're not wearing makeup today, and like sometimes like we'll go all out and like it'll be nothing special, but like we feel the need to dress fancy, and it's just like for the vibes. And then on the other hand, like we might be all having a shitty day, and we're just wearing sweatpants and hoodies, and that's like great. So we love that too. Oh, but yeah, she reconnected with a friend she knew back in high school 2 years ago. And now, oh, that's so amazing. No, but like having like I I know like, oh, there's an AI here. Gimme, gimme. Um, like having like like I call everyone bestie. What is this glitch? But like when you actually have like a friend, like no, no, no. Okay, we're good. We're good. AI comfort. But like it's always nice like the best friends, right? Where it's like you have that, and it's like even better when like you have that relationship where you're also best friends too. Like you can share anything with them. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Everyone wanted the AI. Bruh, how many people are here? What is this? I hate that I'm killing the cat's campus. Okay. And it's also great too. Like there is something best friends where it's like you don't necessarily like have known each other since kids. Like cuz like I know some people like some of my friends who like they're friends with people like they've known since like we went to kindergarten together, and like you have that bond, right? Cuz like you it's almost like you because you had those shared experiences, right? Um but then like there'll be otherwise like these people that you don't know had completely different lives with, but then you still find that like trust and like family in a sense, because like we have our families, right? Well, I don't. But oh, is she glitched out? Is she okay? Does she need heals? But it's always nice having that environment because like it's just it's a safe space, right? Because like I've had like I mean like all of us I bet like we've had that time where we like try really hard. There's like someone you really want to be your friend and like you look up to them or whatnot, and it just doesn't work out because like maybe your anxiety, right, about like you're worried still about like how what they think about you because you look up to them. It doesn't really give you that space to truly like breathe and be friends. But then on the other hand, then too, it's like sometimes you'll just randomly click, and yeah. Why am I being so like life is deep? We love life, or do we? No, but I'm glad you have best friends. Like for me, my two closest friends, both of them are in graduate school. Well, no, actually, that's a lie. One's in graduate school. One's trying to become a teacher. Uh, and is still convinced that I should be a teacher too. But I do. I would love prof energy for me, but I've never really. I've done summer camps and I've taught kids and I've worked with kids, but I think I'm too much of a chatterbox, and I think I would enjoy being like maybe like a uni level for teaching. I don't know yet. I'll find out. Or just writing. But she's trying to do like she wants to become a high school teacher, which is very cool. So she's with a focus in English and social studies. And then my other friend, we all were in the same English undergrad program. That's how we met. I initially knew the friend that's trying to become a teacher, because like it was just we were in the same class and then we were in the same class again and then we started talking, and I'm a very anxious human being, so I was just like, do I talk to her, like does she think I'm fun? Yes, thank you, I will. It's been so stressful, like she's in her term two, which is her last term, and like the university she goes to for it, like it's really crummy with like how they organize it. So like they're making her take 8 courses per term, which is insane in my opinion. And so she's just trying to juggle it at the same time with like trying to be mentally stable. And like I don't know how she does it. I'm just like, this is insane. Like I wish to have your energy and devotion. Like I am self motivated, but I would burn out really quick. And at the same time, she's doing her classes and she's doing her practicum at the same time. So she's going to his school and she's trying to like learn at the same time in a classroom environment. I'm like, this is just too much for her. And the other person is she did an extra year than us for our program. And so she's on her last year, and she did the best thing for her mental health. She's just like doing one what's the word? She's doing like one seminar, like one class a term, which is great. So like this is gonna I threw it and wasted it, great. But I think it's great that she's doing it because like she's keeping herself in a positive mindset, and she's also kind of like in a like it's hard, it's like on and off long distance relationship, not that their relationship is on and off, but um she's like with this guy who's an international student, but the thing is he often goes home, so like they're dealing with that too. So, and him trying to get his visa and applying, because like for that stuff, like it's so important, like applying a year at least before, or two, because they can take forever. But like it's really stressful for them because they're trying to figure it out too. So I think she did the best thing, and just in general, post secondary is just overly stressful. I do truly think it's something where it's like they try to put us through immense stress to be like, now you can handle the real world, which I don't think is necessarily the best thing. Or okay. But that's me critiquing the education system in itself. Hence another example why maybe I wouldn't make a good teacher. Better. Oh, there we go. But I think for her, from my understanding, she's gonna do like a gap year, like kind of like what I did, where she spends. Ooh, there's another person. Okay. She's gonna spend like another year, just like going into the workforce to try to see what that's like, because like I told her it was hell, and so she kind of wants to narrow down what she wants and also like have enough work experience so she can like do grad school and just like be confident with what she's applying for. But I do think her plan right now is like to try to do like academia to go into English more. I mean, we'll see. We'll find out. Um, and for me, I think I've spoken about this before. I am open to doing academia in English, but I low key sometimes hate research. I mean, okay, I don't mind research. I'll do research, but um, I'm very much, I love writing. I want to go into creative writing. So, oh, there's an achievement, right, where I have to do that. Yeah, okay, I guess I'll take it. I don't want it, but I'll take it. Um, so I tried applying last year, and I know it's a stressful time for all Americans in the US right now with the political situation. But last year I applied for a bunch of like Ivy Leagues in the US because they're full ride, and that's the one way I could afford it. Didn't get in, but I do think it had to do with me just like trying to juggle my thesis while also just trying to complete my degree and finish school and do the application. So I think I was really rushed. So it wasn't my best work. I do have to admit that. So I was like, okay, like I want to definitely apply again. So I'm like, that's something I must do. So wait, I saw that you sent a message, and I will do it in a second. Read it in a second, not do it. Not that there's anything to do. Where's the other person that was helping me out? Sorry, bro, you gotta go. There was someone here though. Excuse me? What's with the cars, man? Okay, wait. I went to school for computer science, so where I'm from, not a lot of jobs degree. Yeah, so I need to move out of the state. I want to find something. No, that's exactly my problem right now, because I did the exact same thing. So my degree is like in English lit. There's practically nothing where I'm based for work here, which is freaking terrible. And on top of it, like Canada itself isn't that great when it comes to careers in writing. Like, there's journalism, but it's all like freelance. It's not great pay. Oh, I'm dead, aren't I? Yeah. Okay, we'll do it one more time. I'm not satisfied with that. So I did English literature. I did like an honors degree in English literature, hence the thesis. It was hell. And I was like, ah, yes, I'm doing honors, so it'll be easier for grad school. And so I don't think it's definitely that I don't have enough experience. I have a bunch of experience. It's just there's like when I say like there's not that many jobs, like I don't just mean it. Like it's like quite literally like this month I was applying for jobs here, and like there was like one writer job, and then there was another one too, and just like I'm not picky. It's just anything within writing. There was another one, but it was like an internship. It was paid. I was like, that's chill. I'll do it. I get an email response from them like the next day, and like they seem super eager that they want me to work with them, but they're like, you have to be a university student. You still have to be in uni. And I'm like, like, what do I say to that? Like, they didn't have it in the job listing or anything, and it's just like, okay, great. But like, I am gonna respond back to them today and be like, hey, so but like there's nothing, there's practically nothing, and I feel like for me too, I kind of have like this niche within gaming because I worked with like my thesis was on like storytelling with games, and I worked in like the gaming journalism industry for a little bit. So it's not computer science. I will never say it's computer science or near to it, but I kind of understand the feeling of like just trying to find a job, and it's just like there's nothing available or there's limited options, and then because of the limited options it makes it so competitive, um which just sucks because it's just like I would like to work, I would like to do something so I can do what I would like to do and make money. Like I feel like it gets to the point too where it's like you can't even do what you want to do, which just sucks as a whole. I'm gonna go to the frog area. That's usually my best. But like for me, like I was looking like even like hey like is there like what if I move within Canada? What are my options within Canada? And there's barely anything too. Like even though there's like gaming companies here. Another thing, because I'm jealous, you're in computer science. So because I was this brilliant person that decided to go into the limited field of gaming and writing, but I'm open to generally fiction or general journalism, but I could just it kind of just happened, you know what I mean? Um, the, there are like jobs where it's like you work creatively with these gating companies, and like it's again a few diamond in the rough that you can find. Everyone wants to go for the frog too, jeez. Um, but uh, they want you to know how to code. They want you to know how to make the game itself. And I have no problem with that. I would love to learn to do that. But my brain is small. And I tried learning how to code. I could not. I had a friend who was in computer science, and I don't know how you guys do it. Like it's insane. Like I remember it took like it was like a philosophy class where it was kind of like an introduction to computer science because it was like oh it's like you can calculate whether something will be true or will be false based off like the probabilities, right? And it's like basically can be applied to ones and zeros with code, and I'm just like what, excuse me, I don't have any understanding of what you're saying. So there, it's not that the jobs don't exist. There's some that do, but they want me to be big brain, and I'm like, bro, I can only give you the creative without the techie part. Like, I'm not that much. I can try, but I'm not that good, and I don't think I my skills would be. Do we wanna hire for that? Is this a good idea? Um, you drank so much energy coffee drinks was crazy. Oh my gosh, low key, like I like it's so hard for me because like okay, I was like ad- straight up addicted to like caffeine. Like I was having coffee all the time, drinking it nonstop. Like it was so bad. I still love my coffee. It's yummy, but I don't know if you were or you were there for the uprise of yerba mate. I love the peppermint one, and in my last year, it became a thing, and it was like, I love this. This is life changing because it gave you like the boost for energy without the jitteriness, and I have ADHD, so without the jitteriness is quite frankly life changing. So I was just like, oh my goodness, and I also had IBS and I had stomach issues with MCAS. So, oh wait, there was a shield potion, wasn't there? It's okay. But I literally practically I was having yerba mates like oops every day. Like I kid you not. And it wasn't just like I was having it. It was like okay, I'm having it in the morning to get myself going, but then I'm also gonna have it in the evening because I have to study, so it's okay. Ugh. Oh, bruh, my aim. do better, but it's okay. It was not fun, and like it wasn't healthy at all, to say the least. And the instant ramen, because like you wouldn't have time to cook, or like you're too tired to. Oh, and then the overspending on getting takeout because you're just too tired. It was not a good time. And yet, I applied yet again for graduate school this year. I applied for like a bunch across the US, but they're all like, again, which doesn't make it any better, like one or two spots within a program. And because they're Ivy Leagues too, it doesn't make it any easy. And I would be an international student because I'm based in Canada, which I don't want to even think what that could mean with like I feel like it's the least of my concerns with like the amount of human rights are being infringed on. But that's we don't want that negative energy. We're gonna stay positive. Uh, but I don't know how this is gonna work, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna see how it goes. Take it one step at a time and see where it takes me. Maybe I'm just not built for more university. There's only so much caffeine my body can take, and instant like deep fried foods that are reboiled and rehydrated, or dried foods in general. Wait, isn't there like something at Flutter Frogs? Like I've seen a video. No, I didn't. Oh my god. But here, okay. I didn't apply for Tennessee, but I found the most sad. Oh, isn't there something hidden there? Let me try to see. I don't know if I'm dumb. Oh, okay. I was not. But, where's the card? Okay, there we go. I didn't apply to Tennessee. I was considering University of Texas, because they had full funded, but I was like, you know what? I don't know if they would like me. Yeah. Yeah, the W. It is Trump. And hi, dog caller. It's nice seeing you, especially with the different time zones. I hope you're having fun in Japan still. But, I applied to... I always forget, but, like, I've applied to a few schools that are... that used to be blue states that are now red states. Which I don't have... Like, I'm not, like, oh, because of that, I'm not gonna go or anything like that. Oh, midday, that's nice. Did you eat? Are you staying hydrated? That's the most important. But, the reason... I'm like, they're probably not gonna like me. It's because my application talked heavily about like how I come from an immigrant background and how that is a core component of my life, and I'm disabled, and so I don't think they're gonna be like, we like this student for the red states. Or if they do, I'll be extremely shocked. I'll be appreciative. I'm down for it. But then also it's like because like I hope the schools are above that, but I am worried if like they're gonna be like, oh, like it's not the schools, it's society, society, where they're just like, oh, enjoy living there, good luck, have fun, which is a concern. But like at the same time, because we're neighbors with Canada and the U.S., it's just whatever practically happens there is what is bound to happen here, which is sad. Oh, Texas was a good choice. I didn't apply though. I didn't know. I was very stereotypical. I was like, oh, Texas country, it's gonna be bad. So you didn't. I think one was Iowa. The other, like, I'm trying to think of the red state ones. The other one was University of Michigan, which I should check, by the way. And then I did, like, I have a little bit of West Coast, a little bit of East Coast. There's some more, I think, but I can't remember. But, like, those two, like, they're all good schools. But, I mean, we'll see how it translates later. Most red states have very purple city features, so I don't think it looks very similar. Okay, that'll be great. I mean, I don't mind it. Like, if they're reviewing it, I'll be like, okay, sure. I hope, like, they won't use their bias against me and be like, oh, okay. Oh, what do you mean your parents were from Kazakhstan? Does that mean you're Russian? And, like, all that kind of stuff, which, it doesn't bother me, but it's just, like, it bothers me. It's upsetting to hear it. Now that's Tennessee, which I currently stay. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, it's good. Now I get some insight, and now I'll know, because if I don't get in anywhere, I can reapply. There are options. My sweet, sweet AI. My sweet lover. But... I'm glad to hear that because that was a concern of mine. I was just like, how's that gonna go? And I do have to say, I have to acknowledge that like I still do come from like I have privilege, right? Because I am a white woman. um, so I have to take accountability for that too. That it's just sad to also hear like that other people are going through that and just like that. Like I don't understand. Like it should be a human right. Like like it should be even questioned or anything like that. It's just upsetting. Um, I just want all of us to live happy. That's the goal. But let me kill my AI. Oh my goodness! Stop hurting my AI, man. I'll see how it goes. I mean, for me, I don't even know what my chances are for getting in. I mean, I'll see, right? So, because I think because I'm an international student, it'll be even harder. But like, I don't know how it works in the U.S., so I'll find out one way or another. I mean, I applied the year before I didn't get in, so I'll see. And I know you're probably hearing my anxiety come out more because it is the end of January, meaning decisions are coming soon. Which I'm like, my life could change forever. But going, yeah, no, exactly. Like I don't get it. Like why does someone like it's upsetting. I hate some people. Um and maybe a particular politician or many politicians. um but express pistol, what's gun that? Okay, I'll take that. My sword. Um what was my big thing? The other part too, because like I know it's like very scary for everyone in the U.S. I don't think you have to take accountability for your colors. Yeah, I know, but I mean, like at the same time too, like I can't, like I feel like it's wrong to be like, oh, I'm so worried about like how I would be seen, not like seen in general by the public, but just like by like the graduate council with like reviewing applications and my life experience. And then just also just live, laugh, loving, trying to find a place to live, and you're trying to live, laugh, love. But like I feel like I can't say that because like for me like I can say that to some part, but like I can't be like, oh my goodness, it I from all there could be, it's like I still have the privilege to not worry about my life or more than my rights. I still have like I still have some privilege that I have, not some, I have quite a bit that I have to take into account and like acknowledge. And with that acknowledgement, hopefully it's just like everyone does that. That we learned that we just want everyone to be happy. And it's not that like someone, did you have a plan if you got into a university? For the year before, or like for right now? Do I have a plan? Because the year before, I applied for the same schools because nothing in Canada is fully funded, and I did see it as going to the U.S. would give me the opportunity to maybe move there because there are better career options. Because there's nothing here. Um, but and then plus now too, like I was like, oh, maybe I should look into like getting a student loan and like trying to deal with that. Oh, right now, I do have a plan. It's very YOLO. um, the whole idea right now is that uh, I think because of my anxiety, I'm like, I won't go in, as she proceeds to spend a bunch on applications. But the plan right now is that if I do get in, I would go immediately and meet with like my counsel, not the council, like not a lawyer. It's like what's the name? It's it's like a representative for the U.S. and Canada. I forget, like minister of the U.S. or something like that. I don't know. I know I'm sounding very dumb right now, but like to talk about them about the visa process and trying to see like how would that look like, especially with the political situation right now. In general, it's quite hard, but I do wonder about how that's going to change. So, I mean, I'll find out. um, so I plan to talk to them and kind of see about like what would the process be like, and also talking to the university directly, because like I'm applying as an international student. They should be quite aware of it, and I'll be like, okay, you guys have the expertise, the knowledge, like I would appreciate some guidance, but not fully reliant on them because I learned that the hard way with undergrad. So I would definitely like talk to them and be like, hey, like I would be like right away like, okay, I need to plan everything, and then I literally, because I don't have any family, I live with my boyfriend, and so like that's another thing I would have to look into. He's still in school for university, so we need to try to figure that out too. But then we'd also see how that would work with the U.S. But like right now, it's the only option if it works out for me. Not the necessarily the only option, but let's just like what could help me get ahead in my career, like kind of grow more in my career and get a career. Sorry, I know I'm very loopy with how I'm talking. Um, so I do really think, and I have, oh, family. Yeah, I have no family. Oh, return it. I have no family because, like, I had not to bring us any negative energy. I had to run away from home, and yeah, um, I I grew up in a troubled household. I don't like it. It's a rough patch to talk about. Like, not that it's like traumatic for me. I do have PTSD from it, but it's not like, oh my gosh, I can't talk about it, or like I hate my family. Like, I do not appreciate them for what they did, but I came from a household where it's like I don't fully blame them. Like, I understand from them. Like, it was a lot of like the pressure of like being an immigrant. Okay, you completely understand. Okay, awesome. But yeah, and just long story short with that, to kind of give some context as to why there's literally no family. My parents immigrated, and they came here, and it was just dumb. Because they also all their part of the family died, or also just didn't immigrate, or are now dead. um, so, oh yeah, thank you. No, yeah, that, and that's the other thing too, because I was just like, and I was very delulu about it, and very like optimistic, if that makes sense. I was like, like it'll be like undergrad, the cost and everything, and then I looked at the cost, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so expensive, like 100K a year. Like, what is this? Thank you, it means a lot. I mean, that's the hope. Like, that's what I would like to do and try to do. So, oh, it's not ready yet. I'm sorry, my little water boy. No, okay. Oh, thank you. Um, oh, there's the air one. So, uh, my mom like lost her mind and went cray cray. Oh no, wait, I didn't mean to do. Well, I wasted that. So I live on my own. So like I don't have any concerns with like moving, and like I very much am like a pack and go, like not like fully nomad, but like it would be easier for me to move with what I have. Like I would be able to figure it out, and I would just be like, okay, we're just gonna figure it out. Whatever, it's fine. Uh, but I'll see how it goes, because like my literally my plan is like, just long story short, because I know I'm rambling a lot, the usual, the ADHD. I literally would just pack myself, run through the uni and like our like governmental side about the visa, make sure it's all ready so I don't get screwed over when I get over there, and just like pack my stuff, either drive there with a U-Haul because it's on the same continent, or fly. And I have two baby cats. One is more like my cat, and the other one's my boyfriend's. But they're both my babies, and I love them. But there's also like to figure that out, so I'd have to take them to the vet and like make sure their shots are all good, which that's another anxiety of mine, because my cat, I got her when I was a kid, and she has a microchip, and again, like running away from home, uh, her microchip's under my parents' name. And so, like, I do know that's something they check when you go to another country with an animal. So, I was able to narrow down and find out, like, the vet place that we went to get the microchip done, because I did everything for it. It was just the legality that it was their names and stuff and that home address. So, I'll need to change that and try to figure out what I can do for. Oh man, I tanked my health. I'm not good. So and that's another stressor of mine, that like that's why I'm like more open to maybe. I mean, okay, hey, that's better. I'm gonna switch to Lego Fortnite. I call that a win. But yeah, with the cats, I'm trying to figure it out. I was the same as they. I still have family, and no, I totally understand that. Like, I'm so glad. Like, it takes a lot with going through all of that to still stay connected with your family, and like I'm so proud of you, and I hope you're proud of yourself too, because that takes a lot. Like I don't think I would ever get to that place. Like yes, they are responsible for their decisions and what they had done, but it's like also part of that too, right? It's uh, like the life and the society they lived in and what they had to go through. So I'm just like, okay, and cultural things too. But so I live with my boyfriend, so I was leaving pack up and go. Yeah, so yeah, it's literally the same for me. So like I live with my boyfriend, so we could literally just like pack our stuff and then go, and things will be good. So that is the goal. That is the plan. If everything's like rosy colored and golden, I would like that to be the case and work out, but I don't know how strong my chances are. And I'd literally just move there and try to figure it out. And for most of the programs, not only they're fully funded, they have a stipend too, so it would also help me with like living and like paying for things. So that's great because like we live in a society. I'm gonna switch this to coat or because yeah, cozy. What image shall we go with? Ah, yes, the cacti. Tell myself. Oh no, literally. I mean, it was the same thing for me because like for me, um, where I am in Canada, I was just like, I mean, I feel like everyone who goes through a troubled household, they're like, we want to go like completely different. We don't want to stay here, and it was the same thing for me when I was like in high school. I really wanted to go to this university that was across the continent. I was like within the country still. And I was like, I really wanted to do it. My parents were like, no, you have to stay here and you have to be in this continent and live with us. So I applied for only that school. I got in, but crushed that dream. But like literally, if it wasn't because if it kind of, I guess it's 50-50. Because of them, I wanted to leave, but at the same time, because of them, I couldn't leave. But yeah, no, like part of me, like I would really love to live in New York or Boston or jeez, I'm forgetting the other state now, and it's like I love it. Oh, Vermont. Vermont's so I love the vibes of Vermont. Like it gives like Bernie Sanders it in the best way possible, but not like entirely. I know that's a stereotype, but I do love the vibes there. Um, what? Oh, and that was the other school. This is like my. I think I have a chance of getting because my GPA is it's 3.79 I think out of a 4.0, yeah, out of a 0.4. What's these? Oh, a 4.0 scale. And I had like my I know like for creative writing it's really big the portfolio, so I submitted a portfolio and was like, okay, I hope this is good enough, I hope you enjoy it, I have experience, yes, please take me in the most professional manner ever. But one of the other schools that are kind of like I feel like I have a higher chance of getting into is like West Virginia. I applied for West Virginia. I know they're not as like as an Ivy League as highly competitive, and I still hope I would get in. And I've heard West Virginia is nice too, so I'm like, okay, I'll take it. I'll take any of these options. Uh, Boston's lovely. That's where. Oh my gosh, yeah. No, that's totally fair. I'm jealous because like I think this year I didn't apply to Boston University. No, this year I didn't. Last year I did, and I didn't get it. And I was like, well, screw you. I didn't. And like my dream school, my top one is Cornell. That's where I applied to. Like I'm like that's the goal. But low key, I'm deciding like I'll see. I mean, I can't like promise ahead. The winters are brutal. Like in New York too. Like the winters are so brutal. Like it's like where I'm based in Canada, like we'll get snow, but it's not like that bad. Like it gets bad because we're like, oh, what do we do? Like we're not equipped for it. Like New York is very equipped. They're just like, we'll get it done. Yeah, Boston's super tough. Like it's so competitive. Like I feel like all of like that part of the coast, like that area, all the schools are like insane. I'm just like, oh, okay. So everyone has these grades and everyone works this hard. Yeah. So it's just figuring that out. I mean, what was else to do? Create a crafting bench. I mean, part of me really wants to shoot more. I think it's the anxiety. Yeah, MIT. MIT's brutal. Like I know, like aren't they like the number one university? I think I might go back to shooting. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm indecisive. Or no. Yeah, no, literally. It is like dog collar. Like I remember I visited Boston once. I used to be in a long distance relationship, and I'm like, everyone here is so smart. Like, what is this? Like, why is everyone so super intelligent? why why are we acting like like I felt like, and it's not only that, it's just like they're all like super well taught and like they went to these special schools and they know their material, which I'm totally fine with. It's not that it bothers me, but I was just like, darn, I'm nowhere near close to that. Like maybe that's why they're top schools. But it's like trying to figure that out. I do think I'm gonna go back to shooty shoot, but I don't know am I any good at it. But yeah, like MIT, I remember like just walking through it was just like, my god, like it's not only like they're smart, but it's also like this very like there's this environment, if that makes sense, where it's just like math and comp sci. Oh, double major. I don't know how you did that. Like I had my friend did a double major in English and history, which I know is not math and comp sci. Math and comp sci is terrible. I took calc. Yes, but I'm ADHD right now, so well, I'm always am, but I'm very bouncy, so I went boom, boom, boom. But masters in mathematics, that's insane. Like I remember I took calc and was like, this was before. No, I thought I switched worlds. This was before I was like, I don't know if I should do writing or not, and then I ended up doing a year in sciences, and I took calc, bio, and chem, and I was like, I can't do this. But my math TA, I remember, like the math department, like you guys have the most brutal topics and material to go through, but you guys are like the nicest people. Like that was my entire experience. I was just like, why are they so nice to me? Middle Eastern father didn't have much choice. I would go back and do it again. Yeah, same thing. I like, well, it's not that I'm Middle Eastern, but like I had the same thing too, because my parents, I grew up in like an Eastern European family, and they're like, you are going to become doctor, and I was like, I don't want to be doctor, and they're like, you are going to be doctor. So I went to science, and then I was just like verging on a mental breakdown, and I was like, I can't do this, and then there was other stuff, so I was like, I'm leaving home, and then I transferred, and I did a bunch of stuff. um I still went to like a good school per se within Canada, but it was a stressful experience. Like I don't know how you do it, and like also just like the pressures too. I like exactly, be doctor, lawyer, yeah, open about, yeah, thanks. No, yeah, and like I remember when I told my parents, because like I kind of discreetly, I was still in sciences, and it was like it wasn't just sciences, it was like a science program that was specializing in medicine and nutrition, so it's like pre-med prep. It was very intense, and I was like, I can't do this, I'm losing my mind. Like I used to like chemistry, but not to that extent, and I was like, I can't, I no, please. And so like I remember like I under the table dropped all my courses, and I like signed up for like comedic writing, painting. It's like all the ones that the parents were like, you are a disappointment. Like, do not come to my face again. I do not want to see you. I never want to talk to you. That I don't know what that Russian accent was. It was terrible. But then like I think after like a few weeks when things were getting bad, like one of them was like, oh, but maybe you could be a lawyer. Like you could do that. Like that'll be fine. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe, sure, I'll find out. And she hears my brothers are in law in medicine. My cousins are in law. No, that completely understandable. I mean, like I was the older sibling, so it was kind of like, and my parents were in business. So they were like, you either do that or you're gonna do business or inherit the family business. And I was like, I'm okay, thank you. That's enough for me. And so it was kind of the expectation that all their friends around them had kids that were either in science, like full on engineering or medicine, and I was just like, I can't. So like I understand why. Oh, philosophy's nice though. Like I took some philosophy classes. Like I was considering to do a philosophy major, but then I was just like, I really like writing, so it was just like, you know what? I didn't run away from home to make myself do things I don't want to. You know, it's like I am gonna write. So I continued to take comedy class and analyzing literature and all that stuff. So a complete 180. No, but like I completely understand because like I have a friend who's like that too, where like they didn't have a much of a choice, and they still don't, to be honest. Where like they grow like a very like traditional like Chinese family where it's like very conservative, and they didn't want her to go into medicine because they thought, oh, she's a woman, she can't do medicine, which that view in itself is very problematic. But they were like, you can become a teacher, and she doesn't enjoy it at all, but like she's like, I'm gonna finish this degree for them and then see where it takes me, because she's thinking maybe like doing a PhD in education because she really likes research and she's really good at it. I could not. So yeah, I mean like I feel like everyone has like their handful of the experience of like what that is like with like dealing with like tough households, and I feel like there is like the different cultural aspects too, but it's just like at the same time like again like I think general just parental pressure, right, about like who we should be, and like also like their image in a sense about like we represent them, their family name, right, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't. The aim. Am I out of ammo? Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, my dad had a plan for my life that I was gonna go into banking, want to return my no, literally, that was my parents. I literally, oh my god, I know we're talking, but literally, my parents, they were like, oh my gosh, you're gonna be like, my parents really wanted me to be a dermatologist because they said that was a lady science, and I was like, thanks, or an anesthesiologist because they said drugs have a lot of money, and I'm like, that's a very interesting perspective, considering they're like, ah, yes, be a doctor, and then this is why. So, and my parents are like, we're investing all this money into you for like what you're doing, so then we struggle, we don't eat, we eat rice and chicken that is super old and expires just so you can go to school, and it's just like, okay, I'm trying, I'm sorry. And then it's like, okay, so we do all of this, like, once you become a doctor, like, I just want you to know that I really want a Rolls Royce. And it's like, ma? Like, I've never had the luxury of having a nice car, and so, like, that's the least you could do when you become rich. And it's just like, why is this a conversation? Why are we talking about this? And also, like, I see it, like, I've been in like past relationships where I got to see like these parents where it's like, oh, you can do whatever you want, or like you have nothing to worry about, and it's like I never had like, not that I was like beefing with their like, oh, your parents are nice, but it's just like, damn, like I I wish I had that. Like I like for me, I always thought it was like, a thing in the books, or like, I know this is pretty depressing, but like a social concept. Um, and it's just like it'll be fine. But it's just like definitely like, oh, like, okay, figuring it out. Like, this is not normal. What I went through is not normal. And it's just like, no, your parents shouldn't expect that you are an investment for them to get their money back on. That I spent this much dollars and this is what I should get back. Yeah, interesting lives we've led. Okay. No, I get that. Okay, so here's the thing. I it was a weird, so like when I was really young, before my sister was in the picture, that was the reality we lived, where there wasn't food on the table, my parents couldn't get any jobs. Like my dad ended up becoming an accountant, and he also was like, oh, what if she's good at numbers, she could go into banking. And then they discovered I was bad at numbers, and they're like, doctor. Which is also a funny jump. um but like my dad started off as like a chef in a restaurant, which isn't a bad career, but like he couldn't speak, like both of them couldn't speak English when they came to the country, and so like they were getting like dishwasher jobs, and also like dealing with like a lot of what would the word be, prejudice, I guess. Yeah, my dad was an accountant, so like he worked his way from like working as a chef, and like struggling with like not speaking English, and like being made fun of for that, and his accent, and not being like Canadian, or what what else can be said. But then like he ended up working up his way, and he became an accountant, and so he ended up like working for like a big like health thing here for like doing their accounting. But then like my mom, she was a hairdresser beforehand, and she continued to do hair, and she couldn't speak English, but like because it was hair, she was able to grow more, if that makes sense. But I wish I did see something similar during here. Yeah, that's totally fair. I mean, I understand. And, like, I mean, hey, you always have the opportunity to go back to school or, like, not necessarily, we don't have to learn through a degree. You can, like, do it on your own still. Like, who's stopping you from studying it, right? Because, like, with the internet, it enables so much opportunities with, like, trying to learn and educate ourselves about how to do things. It's pretty cool. I know, like, a diploma still, it's, like, something on your resume to prove, like, ah, yes, I know this, but, like, nothing's stopping you too. But, yeah, so my mom was in hairdressing and she was growing a lot, and then we lived like basically poverty, like weren't eating, but then like my parents also had like very like conservative views, being like very weird too. So we were also dealing with that. But then before they had my sister, who's 4 years younger than me, they were like, let's do a business. So they opened their own hair salon together. So my dad left his accounting job and he was like, I would do the accounting for the salon and the finances for it. Yeah. No, yeah, I think a master's is always we got this. We can do it. I mean, I know dog collar's already done it, but like another undergrad degree or another grad degree. Why not? Let's get more loans, guys. Do it. So, um, what was I gonna say? Oh, jeez. Where's the shooting? So they opened up a hair salon together, and then that kind of blew up because we lived in like middle of nowhere, the suburbs. Well, it was in middle of the nowhere, but now it's like become the suburbs with like how cities was changing, and I find we went super quickly to middle class, and then our lifestyles changed a lot, and then like my parents were all about like all of a sudden or well, they've always been that, but we would go to like parties and stuff within like the area or whatnot, and it was like all these pressures about like how we had to be and how we had to look. Like I remember like my weight and like not like I know that's triggering for a lot of people, but like that kind of stuff. Plus like trying to my reload with like makeup, but like I'd be 10 or 11, and it's like, oh, your foundation needs to be matching, which it's like also like, okay, I understand, but I am also a child. Why is this our greatest concern? Oh, I also have the croissant one. Let me shoot these people and I will read the message, I promise. Because your girl as is not that great. Ooh, they have a shotgun. Oh. Aw, okay. I don't think I'd have done the masters if it was not required, but I know some places play more if you have one. Yeah, no, exactly. No, and that's the problem. It's not only like I feel like internationally there's less stigma on whether you have a degree or not, but like I feel like in North America too, it's like you want to be a writer. Like even if like I'm looking for writing jobs now, like if there are any around me, they're like, you need your master's degree. I'm like, I just finished my undergrad, and then my advice would do it somewhere warm. I did mine in London. It was increases. Yeah, no. I mean, all my options right now have been. I've applied for the U.S., so I'm just gonna wait to hear back, and then next year I'll try to see, because like I think I looked at like London or Ireland too, but I was like, I don't think I could find any fully funded programs. It was all like Oxford, but paying a lot more, and I don't have that money, so I was just like, I don't know. I always want to visit London since I got friends there, and but me and I still do. Oh, I don't blame you. Okay, so I've flown before. I've flown a few times. I'm also terrible. I hate heights. I'm terrible, but I will get so much anxiety like the day before flying or traveling about it. But I will still push myself to do it, and I'll literally not knock myself out, but I'll pass out on the flight and then wake up and be like, I'm there. Yeah, me too. Literally dog collar. Like I remember one of my because like again I used to be in a long distance relationship. Like in my relationship, like I ended up flying a bunch, and one of my first flights there, I remember I was in an airplane and I was sitting to go to New York, and it was right after the pandemic too. It was okay to fly though, and I had like all of like the masks and everything, and like I had a face shield too and gloves. I was like, I don't want to make anyone sick, and I tested. It was like right when I was ready, but like I still like I was the only person on the plane, and like I freaked the freak out, which we know what word that was supposed to be. Um, I remember, and plus I have a sensitive tummy. I have IBS. I was literally shitting myself the whole flight, and I was like, it was to the point that I was giving me anxiety, being like, what if they think I have COVID? Because I keep going to the bathroom. Like, what if there's a problem? Like, how do I tell them that I'm stressed? Yeah. Yeah, no. And I feel like the movies also don't help. Like, there's so many horror films being like, oh yes, we're going now to to the airplane. Oh no, it's crashing. We all die. Like Sully's like a great film, and it talks about like a real life event, but that also doesn't help because it's like, oh, there's that risk with flying. Yay. Great. And also like the radiation too, but like I mean like I guess we go through a lot more radiation exposure with technology nowadays. Um I'm from the EU. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, again, I know I come from Eastern European family, but my again, I don't talk to my parents, but my parents lived in Dubai for 10 years before they moved to Canada. They initially their plan was to move to Dubai, and that was back when like it was everything was like a lot more uptight with like culturally, and so my mom we went there once, so like she's like, "Ah, I want to show you where we met and were like, and it was funny, they came from the same city and the same country, but like they met in Dubai. So I went there once, and I remember the heat is like, I know this very white person of me, but the heat was terrible. I was like, I can't. My tummy was like, I cannot anymore. Okay, but it is so pretty there, and like there's so much ahead than us. It's insane, and it's just it's beautiful too, and the food is great, and the language too. Like I know only a few words. I probably say it with the whitest accent ever, but I have some exposure. But yeah, my Western culture was from high school. Oh, Wizards of Waverly Place. Don't worry, my idea of Western culture was also formed from that because like I was very bundled with my parents and how I grew up. So I watched that, and that was my perspective on Canadians and Americans and how I should be. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll pretend to be Selena Gomez, but not like be like, oh, I'm just so quirky. I'll also run away from Dubai if I had a choice. Yeah, but I feel I wouldn't live there. Just because like I literally I think because my body is like I'm just not physically built to live there. um, Cause like I remember like I was there for like 3 days. It was like a really small trip. It was all we could afford, and it was just like, but still, it was lucky that we could go and experience that. Like it's so it feels almost dystopian too, with like how like it's insane about how ahead they are with technology, but at the same time it's just like technology gets so much in the way. I mean, like I know, like my mom would like was prepping me. She's like, "Oh, you can't wear like tops or this and that. You have to wear pants and long sleeve." But like that, I understood that was like from when she was there, because when we came, it was like everyone's wearing shorts, and it was a lot more open minded. I wouldn't say it's more liberal, but it definitely was more open minded, and I do understand like because again, I would like to emphasize that my biological mother is crazy. So she was born Jewish, but then she went to Dubai, and she's like, I'm now Muslim. So so sorry, I know that's white woman energy. So that was something like she knew a lot about and talked about, and like would practice some of it as best as she could at home through her own perspective. um, so she was like very much preparing me, and but like she also brought like kind of that mindset about like what women are, if that makes sense, but like from like the very traditional point, like we are housewives, that's my role in life. And like my dad very much wanted me to become a doctor. My mom was like, ah, yes, get the education to be a doctor, but she's like, ah, learn how to play the piano, learn how to sing, do all these things, and then you'll become attractive to the rich men in university, and then you become married, and then you have won the game of life, meaning you can just live, laugh, love as your husband works, and you cook and clean. I must teach you all these dishes so you cook good. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks, ma. But it was must be cheers, man. We wore a thawed white robe and nothing underneath, perfect for all days. Oh no, yeah, literally, like that's ideal. Like you're literally like you're getting the fresh breeze and everything. Like like I remember like again, like I was only there Game of Life, literally. Like I didn't have that much exposure to the entirety of Dubai or the UAE, but when I was there, like I remember, like we spent like a little bit in the mall. It was like interesting to also see how it's kind of like in, kind of like intersection, not intersect. There's a word for it. God, I'm forgetting it. The struggle of like also knowing English and Russian and then not being fluent at either. But kind of like intersectionality of it, where it's like there's this mix of kind of like Middle East cultures, right? And but not only like there's different cultures, but there's also this range of like religious beliefs too about like how like with the Quran and everything about like how it's read and like how strict uh people take it. And so I remember when I was like in the mall there and I got to see the range of that too, and that was very like for me that's something like I hadn't experienced in Canada when I'm growing up as a kid. Like now definitely it's better, because like I remember it was really shitty. Like it was banned for the longest time to wear hijabs in like work environments and like to get photos done for your passport. So it was like, excuse me, like this is someone's religious belief. Like in practice, like you have to respect that. Hello. And like we're all about Canada being free and whatnot. But yeah, again, like we have a political leader right now that's like pretty much like a mini Trump, and it looks like that's gonna be our future. I don't know. I know women who worked as baristas then got married to Muriel, so I don't know if it's too true. I mean, I don't know. So, my mom had that mindset on. Like, she didn't say that all women do that, like, but that was her mindset about what I should be. And she was like, I would go to university, and that's where I could meet millionaires and rich guys. Like that was her mindset. And she was like, oh, that's why we live where we are, but like in the suburbs, so then you can go to the school that's like where the rich people go. And I was like, oh, okay. Wow, mom, thanks. I'd love to be objectified. Um, but like for her, definitely like it wasn't like you had to go to school, but that was her perspective as to like what excuse me. Hello. There you go. That was her perspective as to what I should have done. Ooh, okay, they're good. I lost. Yeah, no, it's definitely not the norm. I feel like I don't. That was my mom's mindset, which she was like really uptight, and I do think like it's a very traditional like conservative mindset. And I do think like maybe like back then in the 70s it might have been more common, but I remember when I was there it was very different. Like there wasn't the pressure about like how much women had to cover up their hair or like the eyes, because like she was like building us up for the perspective of like it had to be full body. But when it was there it seemed like it was very much like a choice still. Like if women wanted to uh, be more covered up, that was up to them, or like whatever they practiced within their families. And if you don't, then you don't. Because like the whole trip, I remember I was wearing, because of our mom, we wore a lot of pants and long sleeves. But my mom was like still like, oh, this is too vulgar. And I was like, ah, yes, my sweatpants and my turtleneck. So it's great to see that it's changing, because like I do think like everyone should have equal rights and norms. I do understand, though, I'm not trying to say that the religion imposes that. I have no problem with like people practicing whatever they want and whatever religion they believe in, but it just gets sucky when that's forced onto everyone. So I do appreciate the fact that it's changed, that it's more open-minded, that is not the norm. But I definitely understand why, like, for a lot of people, like, coming out of there, too, it's, like, the dealings of, like, the cultural pressures, too, especially as a woman. And I bet for men, too, there are a lot of pressures. I know it's not as uptight, but definitely, like, a lot of toxic masculinity about, like, how men should be in the head of the house and, like, what they represent and, like, their roles with their wives. And so, and also, like, being queer, too, right? So, that's a whole nother issue. But yeah, and I mean, like, I feel like we all come from like these different backgrounds and cultures, and it's just like I feel like what's a good way to word this? It's just like it's important that we all give ourselves a space and ability, not give ourselves, allow ourselves to, that there shouldn't be no judgment, no restriction, that it should be a human right, and people should do as they would like and just live, laugh, love. Said the nice one. Practice your religion in your countries. Islam in Islamic countries is fine. Judaism is usually accept being percent the greater organization. You should be able in other countries, but we never get special treatment. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know much about it, and I appreciate you educating me, because like again, like what I know is very much from the perspective of my mom and what she was exposed from, which she was crazy, and she definitely had this very whitewashed but also sugar-coated view that catered to what she wanted it to be. But yeah, no, I'm glad, because like I do feel like religion is beautiful, and that's important, right? Because like everyone, like there's a different perspective on God. Like I found it very interesting too, like just like more of in like a psychology or like philosophy standpoint, how my mom went from being Jewish all her life as a kid to then being like, I'm Islamic, or well, mainly like Muslim, right? And so I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, that was like, it wasn't happening when I was a kid. It was like she went through all this phases with like religion. Like she was cray cray. um, for me, I respect religion and I think it's beautiful too. I just unfortunately, because of how I grew up, I never really had the ability to learn more about religions and like understand it better. So like I wouldn't say I'm necessarily an atheist. Her reason for doing that. Um, let me try to remember what she told me. Uh, she, what she way she painted her view, because like she also came from a really rough background. Her mom hated her and didn't want her. She was like an unwanted pregnancy, which I know is heavy. And back then, like for her, like there weren't any ulterior options, so she was, and I'm dead. Judaism is a much more progressive religion. No, yeah, literally. That's why I was so shocked. I do think, because I do think my parents either or they have very weird perspectives on life, and I think like they used religion as a way to excuse it and culture, which is it like I'm not trying to justify their actions at all. But yeah, no, definitely. I thought like for Jewish, like unless you're like super conservative Jewish, like then like okay, yeah, but like she wasn't. Like she grew up like Ashkenazi Jewish. And so that was like her exposure. And so her mom didn't want her, and like she was like a product of an affair. So I'll finish that and then I'll go to the second point because I know I ramble a lot. I'm sorry. Um, she, uh, her she was an unwanted, like she was a result of an affair, and it was like her mom was kind of like her mom was single, but like the man in the relationship or affair was married, and so that came out, and so he got divorced because his wife found out, and so he was on his own, and my grandmother didn't want her either, so he kind of just took her in and raised her, and he was like very traditional Jewish, but not like conservative, and like he taught her, and she grew up with that. But then when she was 14, he passed away, and it was only her and him practically. Like they were leaning on each other, and so at 14, she had to like uh, deal with one of her parents being dead, and the other one not wanting to help her throughout all of it. And so like she had like a lot of like, and growing up in Kazakhstan with what she was exposed to, like it also like Kazakhstan itself, like because like her side of the family were like political prisoners, where my dad was like half Kazakh and Ukrainian, which also a lot of trauma and rough experiences through that. Um, so and plus they grew up in a time where it was USSR Russia, so for them they spoke Russian. My dad, even though he was half Kazakh, he didn't even speak the language, so like he never had a chance to learn it, and so like and they also had like I would say like because they grew up that way and because they were fed shoved down their throats these mountains of propaganda, they very much they painted it as that that's what reality is and that's how life is, and I really I don't know fully, but from what my mom said, like she was very Jewish and grew up Jewish, and like I'll still like know some Jewish words because and like stuff because like my mom grew up Jewish and she'd still practice some of it, but it was weird. Like I don't know how to explain it, but she came to Dubai, and like at this point it was when she was like 16, 18, like in her late teens, and so she came to Dubai, and her whole plan was is that she was gonna buy like goods from Dubai that were illegal in Kazakhstan, like Russia at that point, or the USSR, because of like the whole like Cold War with like the West versus the East, and so like American music wasn't allowed, or like American foods, or like other certain dishes. Just it was very like, and also communism too. Like people didn't have access to food, so she would smuggle food from Dubai. Like I remember her biggest thing was like extra virgin olive oil. Like they would bring gallons of it, and she would like fly as a passenger say to like for personal, do a bunch of the illegals, and just pretend that she was just going there for pleasure, and then she'd bring back and then sell it at the like the bazaars back in Kazakhstan. But for her, she always like worded it as like ooh when she and I'm dead because I'm a yapper. Yeah. But when she went to Dubai, she said like oh, my eyeliner's leaking. Oops. When she went to Dubai, like she found this inner peace. I don't know, and she said it was because of the religion that she found that like she would talk about how Allah is like that she believes in Allah and like rather than like what she grew up with being Jewish. Like I know it's like a different perspective on God, right? But for her, she was just like, oh, like the biggest thing for her, she said, is that like at first like she would start dressing like very covered and everything, and she started like going to like prayers, like you know how they would ring the prayers, like I don't know the exact, I don't think it was every hour, but like or maybe it is every hour, but like she would say she would go to those prayers, and because she was like in business and she knew a lot of people, she would go with them. And with her, like she when doing it, she found that it was very meditative for her. That's what she told me, because I also was very curious, and she said for her that with that she felt like that like from hearing that perspective of the Quran and like going to the mosques, that she found that that was like the right way of living life, which I didn't understand what that meant. And so for her, she saw it as like that this is like God and the real real God. Gosh, I'm sorry, I'm talking very poorly about religion again. My parents like they never exactly forced us to like dress up a certain way because of a religion, but they were very like pressuring about like cultural views for it. And then since then, like she spent 4 years there. Ooh, what's gonna be for dinner? Ooh, I mean, what do you have? What are your options? Maybe pizza. But she was very conservative when she lived in Dubai, and she says it was because of how it was in the UAE back then. But I don't know fully. Oh, but there's never too much pizza. What about pasta? Pasta, pizza, put it in your mouth. So then she came to this conclusion. It was very much like how do I say it? It's kind of like a you know like the memes where it's like the white women who are like I watch Moana and I'm like so enriched by the culture. That was her with being Muslim, which is very sad, but I really don't have any better way to say it. And again, I don't think what she did was okay or cool, but she very much like kind of like I wouldn't say like I know like fetishize is a word often about like when talking about other cultures. I wouldn't say that would be exactly the word, but it's like yeah, have pasta, 100% pasta. It wouldn't be like fetishized. It would be kind of like idealized and like certain aspects too, only for what she likes. So I think that's what happened. Like for her, she came to Dubai and she we can eat this. Excuse me, I love what? Have pasta, 100%. Oh, no more? What about mushroom? Oh, what about mushroom? But yeah. And then she came home and she kept practicing it, and but she wasn't like when she came like when I was born and she was practicing it. Like she wasn't very like uptight. She was very loose in general about like being Muslim and like the practices for it. Like, but she would like talk about it a lot. And I never really like she would have like also like a prayer mat and like that's what she would do, but like otherwise like she never really talked to us about it and that was it. But then like also again like I think you had the earlier question where's Judaism most progressive. Yeah, I do think it was because my parents were just like very uptight, sexist views of the world. And I think again like they use the religion as an excuse, which also like the last time that I spoke to my parents, which was years ago, my mom went through a phase. She was like, "Ah, oh, maybe I'm Buddhist," and I'm like, "Okay, great, let's go." Does it matter anymore? And like it also like in a sense like I understand how it's problematic too because it's like it's disrespectful to the religions too and to everyone's gods because it's just like, ah, cool, today I'm gonna be this religion and pick it, or I'm gonna be this religion and that religion. One day she's Jewish, one day she's Muslim. It's just like, okay, what is happening here? And it's just like, also again, like the whole point of, like, to me it's like, yeah, mom was all over the place, mom was crazy. Like, the whole point of religion is like you believe in something, right? And it's like you want to be a part of it, but it's not just like you believe into like a certain concept. Like, you embrace the god and like the practices and the beliefs, right? About like what is a sin, what is not, right? And like redemption. Like, we all make like, for her, I think it was like the biggest thing, like we all make mistakes, and there's always like the chance to like fix yourself and redeem yourself, which, like, again, she was very great, and what not very PG of me, but the what really, she was always never great at home, emotionally, physically, all forms. So I was just like, one day when I go to uni, I'll leave and I'll escape, and then I won't have to worry about it. But and for me, I thought like I could get my degree because like they had also controlled my finances, so I didn't really have a choice in what I had done a lot of the time. So I was just like, great, this is a great life. But my mom, like, literally, like, there was a lot of like, they didn't think mental health was a thing, depression was a thing, nor anxiety, um, and which was really bad. And like, I wasn't diagnosed with like my ADHD or like my suspected autism until like literally a few months ago. They're like, you clearly have this. And again, because I'm an adult, like, assessments are not as accessible. Like, I'm like diagnosed by my GP for my ADHD and my autism was two psychiatrists, but they're like, you're not a child, we don't know how to assess you. And I'm like, okay, well, that's great. And so it was like this, very much this point of view about like what a woman should be, and like people in general, no mental health, we're all perfect, like this perfect image about like their reputation to the family name, which is like, who cares? So she definitely probably has a lot of undiagnosed mental health conditions that probably weren't treated, and because they weren't treated, they kind of went on a whirlwind, which, again, I don't blame her because like how she grew up and what she went through, but like she ended up like literally having a mental break, and I was like, oh, this is wonderful. And it became about how much I was a failure and how much she didn't want me. And so I know this is heavy, so if you don't want to hear it, let me know, or maybe go la 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 la. So I'll give it a pause. I'll do dun 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 dun. Okay, now I'm gonna drop the bomb. But yeah, so like, I mean, I did mention there was like a lot of emotional and physical stuff, but it was a year where she was like, "You're gonna die," and she tried to kill me. So I was like, maybe staying at home and pretending everything is fine and doing my own thing is not the best course of action. So I left. Yeah. Yeah, I know, that was quite the tea drop there. Yeah, I do think, like, again, like, I don't want to, like, label and blame it on mental conditions. Like, she still made a conscious decision. Um, but, like, she clearly, like, she just wasn't in the right, like, I don't know. Like, I still processing it myself. Um, but yeah, okay, thank you. It means a lot, Scott, because that's something, like, obviously I'm like, oh, family, I have no family, like, or they're just my mom and dad, they don't know. And like, my mom and dad also had like a really strained relationship. Like, they never really loved each other, and it gave the vibe too that they got married so they could immigrate, because then it's easier for them to immigrate. But then they kind of just stuck through it, which caused a lot of tensions. And so my dad would turn a blind eye to everything, was extremely sexist and all of the above. And so, and my mom kind of just managed us as kids as a housewife would. And like, it was very weird. It was this very, I don't know, weird perspectives on how, oh, my leg, how people should be. And I always disagreed with it, and with the mental health and the perspectives. And so when that shit went down, I was like, I'm leaving home, like, this isn't good. And like, my dad was like, oh, that didn't happen, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, oh, maybe like she just wasn't feeling herself, you know, her, you know how she's like. And I'm like, well, I can't do this anymore. I think we're good. So I ended up like as soon as that happened, I literally took whatever I could grab my cat, and it was like we're leaving, and then eventually found my way through and what I should do in life. Still figuring it out, but if that gives a better idea on why my mom was like, I am gonna be Muslim, maybe it helps a better picture. Because, like, I've talked to, like, I've been through therapy, but, it definitely, like, for her, like, she could, like, it seems like she might have had, like, split personality, or, like, she was bipolar, or both, or, sociopath. I don't know. And also at the same time, she did go through a lot. Like, I mean, like the stuff she's told me about, like her childhood growing up in like communist Russia and what that was like, and also being a political prisoner, and my dad too. And so I think for both of them, it was just like a lot of undiagnosed things that were just never addressed and just turned a blind eye to that just grew further and further, and just like also the, I guess like the pressure of like wanting to live the dream, because they really wanted this idea of like the American family, the American dream that they've always wanted, a white picket fence, a happy family all together. And so I think that just really drove them to losing their minds, and mine included. I'm joking. But yeah, I know that was a heavy topic. I'm sorry, and I know especially like it's Thursday out of all days, and everyone's like, oh, "Please, I want peace. I want to be able to breathe and rest." And I watch these streams so I don't have to worry about my stresses in life. So I'm sorry for that. But that was definitely probably tasteful to say the least. And I know, like, I mean, from what's in chat too, like, I feel like all of us, like, we've come with our own like problems and issues. There's not like one that's like greater than the other. Like, there's all like these traumas. That's also why I'm like, I don't know if I should have kids eventually one day, because I'm just like, I don't know if I have the healthy image of what a family is, and whether that means I still don't know if I want to, but then like even if I do, like how is this gonna exactly be great for the child? Like I don't want I like intergenerational trauma, right? Like you don't want them to go through what like you went through, and so it's like dealing with that and everything. Bro. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. She's bad. She's bad when she yaps and it plays. Oh my gosh. But yeah, and then life from that has been a whirlwind. So I was living by myself for some time, and that's like when I was in like a long distance relationship. And I mean, it was the first time I think I would say I had a healthy relationship. So for me, that was like a huge like, oh, so this is what normal life is like, and like they really helped me seeing that. But like there were a lot of problems within the relationship itself, where it wasn't like because it was unhealthy. It was a healthy relationship, 100%. But it was just like there were a lot of miscommunication, and I feel like also just like not not an understanding for probably the other person, if that makes sense. Like I feel like it wasn't their fault necessarily. Like I saw it as like they grew up this life where this was never a thing or never an issue for them or something they had to be concerned about or have to be in anxiety about that or be in fear about just living or meeting bills. So I tried and being like, this is, I'll make myself normal. but, but that doesn't necessarily work out always, and it felt like very much like they came from a perspective where it was just like, oh, we'll figure it out, it will work out. And then because we had been together for a while, and so it was just like, oh, my cat bit my charger. She's angry. But his family, like his parents, felt more like actual parents to me than mine did, and that was really like from like it felt really nice having that family environment. I think that really helped me like get through whatever trauma I was trying to get through mentally because it was very fresh. But it got to a point where it was just like count, like I also felt wrong because like they wanted to really count with on their parents for everything, and it was just like I feel wrong about this, and then because there wasn't really any option because they weren't doing anything and I couldn't, so it's just like okay, this is not working out. And then here I am in yet another relationship. Surprise, motherfucker. Not that it's a bad thing. I mean, I'm very happy. We found each other, and like he came from like a similar background where it's like this understanding of like family issues and trauma, and I think we were able not like trauma bonding maybe a little bit, but like this also just like I feel like this understanding because when there's this lack of understanding, I feel like it's very hard to like connect, not connect necessarily, but be like I don't know how to explain it, but like what would the word be? Because like it just felt like for me like in the last one where it was just like normalizing that almost pretending that what I went through didn't exist, which it wasn't completely on them, it was kind of their family too, but then like there was also like kind of like this mindset where it's like because they're out of the picture we're going back to real life, which means that just casually thinking that our privilege is going to get us to compete with one another. And so like rather than being like this is going to take work and effort and like looking into it, where it really sucked, it really did. And I didn't blame them either because I do feel like maybe it was like they were younger than me, not like significantly, just like a few years. And I do wonder if maybe it like had to do with that because like for me at that point like I've been in many relationships and I had a very mature outlook on life, being like I want to settle down and like live life with a person where, and I wasted a heal, where I want to be with a person whereas their perspective was like I joined their family, which I'm fine with that. I wanted a family and I loved the family, but it was just like to the perspective where there was nothing else. Where it was just like I become a sibling almost, which I know sounds very weird, but it was just a lot. And then like they, because it was also like the plan was that I was gonna move over to where they're based, like I've watched 90 Day Fiance. You've watched 90 Day Fiance. We all know 90 Day Fiance. But like, you need to plan your visas a lot in advance. Like, you need to apply for them. You need to do the interviews. You need to prove. And for me, I was in the financial situation where it's like I can't just like ride it out till it eventually could happen. Like for me, when I'm finished school, I will not be able to afford rent where I live. I'll need to figure it out and try to find where it's more affordable. And if we want to live together, we'll need to figure that out. But it was very much let's figure it out once we get there instead of applying for things. And because of that, I'm just making it virtually impossible. It's just like, bro, how do you think this is gonna happen if we don't do anything about it? And yeah, and I think the family part too, because I feel like it's a normal thing for everyone. Like when you're in a relationship, that you want to have that space where it's just you and them. And I guess also because it was a long distance relationship, there's also the stressors of like when you see your partner, right? It's this one side that you know and understand, right? With phone calls, like when you come in person, you do see more of it. But the thing is, because that's all you see, you still don't know if it's everything. And that gives you anxiety. It's stressful because then, like, to be together, we have to suddenly commit to, we're moving in. And not only that, like, we're getting married. And there's just, like, a huge drastic jump from, like, when it's, like, marriage wasn't even in the, not marriage, moving in wasn't even in the picture yet. And I just feel like long distance relationships is so much stressful. Uh, Yeah, my BF is kind of similar. His mom and dad were gone. He was homeless at 20, sleeping in his trunk. Yeah. That's good. I'm so glad. No, that's great. And like for me, it was a very similar situation. And like, I'm in a relationship now where like I'm happy and like we have our own place and we're sharing. But like that relationship in particular was very much like he was super sweet. Like he was nice and like I'm not saying like he was a bad person or anything like that. Like I would never say that. I do think though it was like a lot of just like hoping it will work out, and then because of that, that just caused like way too much anxiety for me, because like I live in a place where it's like I need it to be planned, I need to know what happens, because then like it's literally my livelihood. Because and then at the same time, like his family was super nice, but then it was like this question's like, if sponsorship does work out, even though if we're applying for the last minute, right, um I'd be living with his parents, which I have no problem with. I would love to, but his parents made it very clear that they didn't want that to be a permanent thing. But then it's like also like the expectation is then I immigrate there, I move there, and then because it's a sponsorship like that, I can't work at all, so I can't have any money. So that means I have to work now a bunch. No, this isn't my current. This partner, this was my ex. I was just talking about like I forgot how we got here. But yeah, it was my past partner. Like we used to be in a relationship, but that was like right after I got at my home situation. They were like very great to me in terms of like helping me get through my trauma, and like I think like yeah, because it was like asked about like the whole family thing, and they were like a family to me. But like it was 3 years ago, I think now. Damn, it's been a while. But yeah, it just did not work out. As much as like I felt like we were both just very less so me. I think it was just very optimistic, and so it was like his parents expected me to make money on my own and figure it out, and then within a month move out when I don't know anyone in that country or where I was going or anything. And it was like this is not realistic, and nor was he taking the time to try to research or do things. So it was like, so like my heart goes out to people who are in long distance relationships. My current partner though, like I mentioned earlier, like I like we had like again like I mentioned like there's like that, not that it's necessarily because of the trauma bonding, it's because like we have this understanding of like what the other went through, that we're supportive and we understand that there isn't this expectation to suddenly be someone else, or like suddenly like yes like because with the past relationship too, right, because like I went through this trauma, it's part of my life, this is who I am, sadly, and it's part of like it won't leave me, right, this is who I am, and I can't like leave that. What is this going on? um and so like there wasn't that understanding of it, because like as soon as like my uh once I left my parents and I was like on my own, which was even worse for me mentally, it was this understanding that I'd be fine, that I'd be okay, that I'd suddenly become this perfect picture person, which also hurt a lot, because it's just like, oh, then I'm not good enough, I'm not what you want me to be. And then that too, like again, is part of me, like I can't change that, like this is who I am, and it was like implied too that, oh, because of what I did, I should go seek, like it's not like therapy or anything like that, but there's like insinuated like there's something wrong with me, that like I need to go see a psychiatrist because of my anxiety. And so it's just like, okay, like I have nothing wrong with like trying to get self-help, but like being a partner and saying it that way just sucked. And so it was like very much this implied general from him and his family that I had a lot to do, which I'm like, this is unrealistic for me, I'm sorry, like I am seeking help, I'm getting therapy, and like I'm not saying that you should not to treat your mental health stuff, but it's just like you want a partner that's supportive, and like my partner, like we've been through similar things, so it's like an understanding of like, okay, we're feeling shitty, it's okay, we're not doing that great, okay, maybe today is more of like a trauma like day for us, so we're gonna try to take it easy, or it's okay if you didn't do anything today because you're too tired or you're not feeling well, or it's okay if you're worried about these things, right? So it's like again kind of like, oh, thank you so much. That means a lot. Yeah, no, I mean, it is a lot. It's nice having, and like, he's amazing. I mean, like, literally, he did this stream setup for me. I'm like so lucky to have him. And so we just kind of found each other. So that's great too. And so it's kind of like just that understanding. Because, like, no one's perfect, right? We're going to have shitty days. We're going to have not great days. And it's life. It's important to be realistic about how we are and who we are. And so that's great. I was able to find it with him. I mean, like it always sucks in like past relationships, right, with other people. Like that doesn't happen, but that's like part of life, figuring it out and trying to find someone that you find that with, that you love at the same time, right? So it's nice that we have our own place, and like now, like I also like it, we take into account what the other person wants and needs, And so like with grad school, like I do feel really bad like if it does work out, because like he still is doing another 2 years in school here, um trying to figure out like how that will be applicable and like us figuring out. But like I have no doubts like even if we had to be long distance or anything like that, that wouldn't even be a concern of mine. Like it would be fine. Yeah, pre-college pre-college relationships are hard. Yeah, it's so hard community, and college is tough because then you're also like juggling, bro, I have a calculus test and I have to worry about going on a date or something. No, like it's tough, but then at the same time it's like you're in the point of your life where you're like you want to put yourself out there, right? So like I understand, like it's tough, and it's like trying to juggle, especially when you're in math or something when I'm English is last. Yeah, yeah, no, and like I totally understand, it means a lot. It does. When you start working, it does become more manageable because then it's just like, okay. And like, I also feel like there's with long distance relationships and also like kind of like that pre college or college relationships when there's that stage where you move in together, right? And when you go through that, like, you really, there's not like you're seeing these different angles of someone else. You're seeing like the entirety of them at like their best and their good, which there isn't anything wrong with that, but you have to be willing and want to embrace that it's okay and it's healthy for both of you too. So I think that's like something where it's like I had that opportunity to go through because like with the long distance relationship you don't have that. You have to suddenly jump to like full balls in to the wall. You're gonna have to like get married and have everything, and then it's like giving up your life to trust this one person, which I have no problem with. But it's also just like it's important to have that process too, and like with college too, right? Because like you're in this environment where it's kind of like it's separate from the rest of the world. It's like its own thing, so it's like kind of also dealing with that too, like this switch of reality. Oh, thank you. It means a lot. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. No, but we're good because like I know I've spoken about a lot of relationships today and other people's relationships, but my current relationship, like, I do appreciate it. Like, that's how we've seen it too. Like, we're both like, our approach is like, yeah, we are gonna take it one step at a time, so it's better for both of our anxieties. But also at the same time, it's just like we research, we plan ahead, and we try to do it, but like in a sense where it's like it's good for both of us about like what works best. And I feel like that's something we all go through, right? It's like when you're in a relationship, it's like figuring it out. Okay, like there's always gonna be some kind of problem or some kind of issue that you both have to like work out together. Ooh. So it's something where it's like you go through that process and try to understand what the other person needs and to communicate it and to work together equally. And with just college on top of it, it's hard. Ooh, hello, I will take that. I want a better gun. But yeah, I do appreciate you saying that, dog. Caller. It's always nice chatting to you too. You guys are always the sweetest. I'm just like, I feel so nice today. Like, you always give me like a good positive boost, and I hope I do the same for you. I know I was very pessimistic today, but I yap, I babble. It's what I do. You're gonna have to get used to it. I'm joking. But yeah, I know today was like more of a heavy topic, but like I think it's important. Like also like you can't paint just one picture. It's important to take it all into account. Like relationships. I'm being so like the lesson of today's stream. What am I here? What the heck is going on here? Okay. Okay. My partner is Swedish. We met online, and it took a lot to get to know each other, but it's so worth it. Yeah, no, kudos to you. Like, long distance relationships are so hard, and that's so nice. I love Sweden. It's so pretty. Like, it's so hard, like, figuring it out, and just, like, being, like, to gain that trust. But like I feel like when you find the right person, it doesn't matter if you're long distance or not, right? It's that you're gonna figure it out. It's okay. And I think for me it was just that situation. Either it was just the wrong time, wrong place for both of us, or and I think that it's just maybe wrong people, right? Because just I feel like it's nothing wrong with them or the other person. It's just like we all have our different experiences, right? And we can either be open-minded to it or we can be uptight and trying to change the other person, which isn't good. She was in the middle of nowhere in the boonies, never been outside the country 6 hours. Oh my gosh, that must be super tough. he was kind of like that too. He was at least like for me at least I was like, oh, he's from New York, that's cool. But like he was in the middle of nowhere in New York, which I kind of like low key, because like I grew up in the suburbs. First it was like middle of nowhere, and then it became the suburbs. But I did low key love it because it felt chill. It felt nice. Like the relationship out. Like let's put that aside. The place there was beautiful. I was just like, I legitimately would live there. Like it's so nice, and like their house was so nice. It was giving like cute cabin core. Like it's so nice, and like Sweden like that is like that for the most part. I know like the city is very different, but it was very nice. Uh, oh, thank you. But yeah, no, it's so tough, and especially with like long distance relationships, right? You're trying to fly and try to like meet each other and figure it out. It's just so oops. It's just so stressful, and then also the cost too. It's so expensive. So much money spent. And it just sucks. It's just like to see one another, and like that should be like I see that as just a human right. Like it shouldn't like why. But I get like it's a whole industry. That's the whole point of it. Okay, I'm surprised I got this far ahead because I've been doing pretty poo poo today. I moved her over to Switzerland and was guarded getting her there. Sometimes it takes someone just to let go and rely on someone financially 100% super scared for her. That's so sweet, and that's amazing that you guys were able to do that. That like truly, that's amazing, and you should both be really proud of yourselves. And I'm very happy for you too. That oops, I killed the AI. Oh, why is it killing? I mean, I'll take it. But it is so stressful, like, and the stress, because like for my past relationship, it was definitely like we were not both in a position financially, and we would be counting on their parents to fund it, which I didn't feel right with, and it just didn't feel okay with doing that overall. So, but that's awesome that you were in a position to like help her with like moving and just like again like have that trust for each other, because it is stressful. Like I do have to say it. Like I understand completely. Oh, bro. And part of it, like like it is luck, but at the same time, you should also give yourself credit. Yeah. No, but I'm talking about the situation. It was a past relationship. I ended up ending things with them because it was just uh, we were both in college. I felt like he was being a little immature with like me moving over there and his the way his parents were in the picture, and so for me it was just too much stress. So I did end up ending things. I know I hurt him a lot because of it, and I feel bad for that, of course. But it was just like at that point in time, it just wasn't realistic, and it was just way too much stress. And I understand in general that situation is stressful, but I just wasn't. I didn't feel like I was being heard, and the concerns and anxieties I have, I felt like were being even more amplified because they weren't being heard. If that makes sense, or at least like would communicate them. I felt like I did at least, but like they weren't like okay, it's gonna be okay, or reciprocate it, or like it was more so like I would change for it, which for me it just I was like I can't be this person that they imagined me to be, and I felt really bad because like I felt like it was wrong to commit fully to that when they didn't know who I am fully, and it was like all this stuff that involved his parents. So I ended up ending things with him, which it was sad, and I felt bad, but ooh, medallion, medallion. Um, but I am in a new relationship. I have been with him for 2 years, and that's where like I've been talking earlier about like where we've both been happy and like figuring it out. Because I definitely feel more heard with my current partner, and at least I don't know. Like again, I was trying to compare it to like maybe like past like relationships being like oh like we didn't have this. Did I win or did I lose? I won. Oh, cool! I won. um, but it was definitely like I don't know if it was like the lack of understanding from his point or the experience with having to from where I came from and what I grew up with. So unfortunately, it was like it was just too much, and because it was very fresh for me, my trauma from home, I was just like I felt like it was too much for me, and I was just like, ah, I can't, and I was just like, and I definitely pushed him away. That's for sure, and I do feel bad for it, but it's life. And well, it's not an excuse. I mean, I did take accountability for my actions and for hurting him, but like, it just at that point, it just wasn't realistic. Even though like we had that connection. Why is the load up so long? But yeah, I always hope to make more money. Money's so important. I am very hard on myself. That's my life, and I do think that's also I face consequences for it because I'm just like I'm rough on myself, and I'm like I don't deserve this or this won't work out, so I end up making it harder for myself or worse. Huh. And I live with the consequences. So yeah, but I just didn't feel it was right. So also she's in Sweden, right? No, wasn't last year. This is the year before. It's Eurovision was in Sweden. Eurovision's gonna be. Are you guys excited? I'm excited. I know Yus isn't doing Eurovision again, but I am very. I want it. Like, I want him to do it again, but I understand why he's not doing it. But which is this year's? Is it? Oh, it's the Netherlands. Oh, that's exciting. Close to Switzerland. I forget when was the last time Switzerland had Eurovision. Yeah, stay with family to watch it. Yeah, that must be so nice. And right there, I'm jealous. Who were you cheering on for? Who did you guys vote for? That's another thing I miss all the time because when I had my family, we used to like watch Eurovision all the time. Well, like when it would happen, like we would sit and like would not take our faces off the screen. Last year's Eurovision was insane. It was a lot going on. God, okay, tired. My bad. Netherlands, yeah. Europapa, yeah, yeah, literally used. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Europapa was so good, and his marketing was insane. I really wanted him to win. I felt like it was very unfair. He was disqualified because, like, I understand like shit went down, but like also he was disrespected. He was being insulted. He set his boundaries, and there were a lot of things that they justified it was okay for the other side. So I felt like it was wrong that he was disqualified. It sucked. And I initially was like, screw them. I'm gonna go back. Oh, Ireland. Those were my two faves. She was so good. I love her song so good. Like, cause it kind of got like the death metal vibe, but then like also kind of like a poppy vibe. So it's like I feel like it opens like metal more up to people, right? Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah, but Ireland was so good. I love her song. And I hate I find it low key funny how everyone was like, oh, she's doing satanic rituals. I'm like, bruh, have you heard of a performance? Have you heard of a musical performance? I'm sorry, I'm terrible at checking Discord. I just saw that you responded. I was like, oh, my bad. Yeah, no, literally, there were two Justin Bieber clones. Like for me, I didn't get it. I was like, even there were yeah they were disappointed, and I get it, but like I was like this is just like because the whole point of Eurovision, right, is like they're obviously all talented, but it's something that stands out and is unique, right? And like all Europeans come together to vote on, right? And I felt like Eurovision was just great because it represents again like Eurovision, and also it was a great song. It was a great bop. And the Irish chick too. I was like, one of the two, either one of them are gonna win. I was surprised that neither. One was disqualified and the other one didn't win. I was like, what? Yeah, no. UK was weird. Like, I understand that there's a market for sexual songs, uh, like for certain vibe, but it was just a lot for me, and I was like, uh, I was just like, it's not my cup of tea. I was like, I don't like it. Eurovision was just a bop. I loved the vibes. It was just also like at the same time just it was uplifting, but it was also like it was moving, like the story behind it too, right? With his like his father and his parents. So it was just like this bro's gotta win. And then when they took the disqualification, I was like, motherfuckers. I was like, I hate you guys. This is so unfair, and especially with the song too. They were just like, oh, I'm like, okay, thanks. It just didn't feel right. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I was just like flashbacks to like when Eurovision was held in Sweden and they did I forget his name. I also liked him too. He was a past winner. They did a performance. It was like they always it's always like a comedic thing too. Eurovision, right? Like the bits in between. And so like let there be songs of passion. Let the music begin to flow. I love that. I stand that. I want that. But then when it's like what's this? Where's my comedic moments? I'm just like and like oh, I know it. Like I'm not trying to like be like oh it's bad like to have anything be playful. Like there's nothing wrong with that, I think. But like it is a children. Like it's for family. Yeah. Oh no no no. I would die. I think I would die. I'd be like I can't. I mentally would be like I can't. Oh my gosh, I don't know how you did that. I would have lost my mind, I think. Like, not that because of the children, to make that clear, it's not your fault. But for other reasons. Oh, there's people dropping here too. I do not like that. Is my game's not loading in. Love that. Apparently there's a wall. Love that. No, with family, because like it's usually like it's a family event. Like I feel like sometimes people forget about it, especially those who are new to Eurovision. And it's just like you watch this with like kids and family. This is what we do, and it's just like oh, what is this? Okay, good. Yeah, no, I totally get that. Yeah, no, I didn't get that either. Cause like I'm not like trying to be like exclusive. Oh, Eurovision can only be for Europeans, but like especially with this situation and like there be like I don't think they should have participated. Obviously, for obvious reasons. But okay, they were being stubborn. They weren't letting that to happen, which was a problem in itself with Eurovision. And I love how Ireland was about it, and Netherlands too. Like they were great. They were just like, this isn't okay, and talking about it. Yeah, random cover. Yeah, literally, it's Eurovision. It's in the name. Like, okay, you like it, then make your own version. I don't know. World Vision. So, um, it just didn't feel right. And then they were not on top of it. Okay, like, and suddenly it's because like, oh, a bunch of Israeli countries like sponsor the event, right? Hence like Moroccan oil and stuff like that. And it's just like, okay, I get that, but like still, oh, BB Vision, yes, yes, that killed me. Yes, I'm here for it. I would love it. Oh my god. not that like I'm saying it should be separated, but it was just like especially at that point with like the political situation, and they were just being they were breaking rules. They were just being mean, and I was just like, well, why? Like they were bullying, and then like I understand like they were like, oh, because like they're like being mean to us, but like it wasn't that they were being mean to you guys. It was the fact that they let Israel participate. So, I don't know what to tell you about that, man. uh, so they use that as an excuse to be rude to other people and just like straight up just assholes. And I was just like, what is it? Because like the way they were to use was not okay. And like I understand, because like they said some shit about like his parents, like he's performing a song about them being dead and him dealing with that trauma and like being European with the different languages, right? And the open borders. So it's just like, what the heck? Like, I would punch them too. I'm sorry. Like, I know it's not like okay to, and like we don't want to like punch people, and I don't try to, but in that moment, I was like, I kind of understand why he did it. Like it's we love our song and dance though. It'd be wild. Same shit too. Like it'll be happy being a love God party literally. No, I mean that's so. I mean that's all music, right? I mean like not necessarily like with like in reference to like Habibi specifically, but like we say baby. It's like this, like our own versions, right? And like we have like our own cultural like kind of like ways of expressing music. And I think it would be awesome. Like there's like so many like it's not talked enough about like an international scale about like how like I feel like American music, like English based singing, is so heavily focused on, which I understand because like it's dominating like language wise internationally, but like there's so many different musicians and music in different languages that are so beautiful and unique. Like you don't even have to know the language but to understand that it is good or like enjoy it. Okay. Uh, okay, I know this is very stereotypical of me, and technically, it's Euro. I forget he's Belgian. He's half Belgian. I forget the other. I know he's half Middle Eastern, but I don't know where exactly. His song Habibi, very good, very good. But it is sung in French, so and I would say it's unique. I think the music is beautiful, like and like the range, but I know that's not exactly a great representation. It's it's a intersection, a divide, a bow. But yeah, I mean, I don't know too much, and then like I know again like we do not support Russia, but like for me because I grew up with like a Russian speaking family, like a lot of the music, like if I listen to Russian music and I'll know some Russian. Like I would say I can speak and I can speak like a 4-year old. I can understand fluently, but I can't read or write. But like I'll listen to a lot of like Russian music from like the 70s because that's what my parents listened to, and I would listen to it, which are also like all about either like guys wanting girls and being sad and talking about how much they want to smash them, or about how they're gonna die on the battlefield. Which kudos. Oh, he doing the knife. Aw, man. Okay. But our songs are practically all the same too. But my favorite are like the Uzbekistan songs or the Kazakh songs that are like, ooh, thank you, Restream. But my favorite is like when, like Uzbekistan songs like from the communist era. She missed the person there. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Like they have the kind of the mix of like the country type music and then Russian music with a little bit of Habibi. And I know at a glance it's like, oh, what? That doesn't make any sense. But I promise you, like, I can find a song, I can send it, and you listen to it, and you'll be like, oh, okay. And like literally, like I'll say the English lyrics is literally like, we're riding to the disco on like our horses, and it's talking about wanting to party, living in the country. It's like that's all, and talking about how like they have this separate life of living in the country. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like you, like with Kazakhstan, like there's a lot of Uzbekistan, uh, like influence, but like it's kind of like a mix too, like with like because like there's like it would be kind of like not in the sense of the extent of Canada, but like where like I remember my parents would talk about like there was a huge Korean community because like Korea is not right on the border, but it was that because a lot of Korean students would come there for school or like for work, which was really cool. So like there's like dishes that are Kazakh, but they take like a lot of influence from Korea. So like for instance, chapche, like there's one called fanchosa, which is like chapche but spicy and even more garlicky, but no sweet. And that's their take. And then they'll have like it'll be a mix of religions, cultures, and everything there. So like the music is quite all over the place. If you're trying to find something that's more like this is representing a certain thing, this does not do that. But yeah, I do think it makes sense because Uzbekistan it is very Islamic. Join me, join the dark side. Enjoy. But I do like my good old classic. Oh, I didn't mean to medkit. But I do like all my classic nostalgic songs for my family. But growing up, I meant. But where are they shooting me from? I am very much like an indie pop girly. I'll get rock, indie rock too. I do sometimes go for metal. My wildest preferences are jazz metal, which I know questionable, but trust me, it's a genre and it's good. Our national board would also think they're integrated. Yeah, exactly. Inshallah. That's my mom. That would be my mom. Like she totally appropriated the culture. Like, like literally, it's very problematic. I was just like, oh, okay, mom, thanks. Like my like I remember like one time. No, no, no. Don't worry. I mean, like we don't care. It's fine. No, she's literally like that. That's literally like, don't worry. I was like, how do I say this in a nice way that she's being a typical white woman that's appropriating someone's culture? Because that's what she did. Uh, but like literally, like I remember like we went like to go to Europe for some time because like she wanted me to get culture to like understand because she's like, oh, Americans are so different, like the whole like East versus the West thing. So she brought us to like I think like it was like a cruise like that brought us like to different cities and stuff. And so she was like, there was like someone on a ship that was from the Middle East. I don't remember where they were from exactly. It was a long time ago. And she's like, I don't worry. I've lived in Dubai for 4 years. Merhaba. And I'm like, oh, oh. And then they're like, oh, you can talk. And she's like, some words. And then she starts talking to them, and I'm like, I don't know what the heck is going on here, and I'm heavily very confused. I'm being shot at again, aren't I? Okay. No, but literally, I was like, I don't know if this is, I don't know if it is not okay. Oh, bro. Nice try. But don't worry, you will not offend me at all if you roast my parents. I'll be like, yeah, let's go! Keep it up! Loving it! We're here for the vibes. Vibes only. That guy completely obliterated me. Even I had my AI. Should probably be reflective hate you. This is what I get for the suffering, the torture. But yeah, that's why I don't talk to. Partially why. Actually, that was the main reason. It's because my mom's too much of a white woman. The Switch, the load. I've been very laggy today too, but I have also been terrible with my. So they could be adding to the lag, potentially, or my terribles kill. We don't know. It's a maybe. I am thinking of adding another day to my schedule for streaming. I know today was a little bit of an improv one. I'm still streaming tomorrow, and I'll be streaming on Saturday and Sunday. But feel free to let me know if there's like a specific day or time that works best for you, because I'm happy to try to cater it to it. Because I know for me, Thursdays are usually busy, but I got salmonella, so I'm not allowed to leave the home. So again, I usually have like my medical appointments today. So today we're making an exception. Today she's not ill, Your Honor. Oh, oh, scratching. Okay. I am also gonna, because I am streaming on YouTube at the same time right now, which is the first time, baby's first steps, baby's first stream. But I'm gonna try to figure out how I can also stream on TikTok, because I feel like that could also help. So if you prefer watching on TikTok, that will also be available at your earliest convenience. Question mark, question mark. Huh? What is this? Oh, he's obliterating me. Let me complete the quest. Oh. Oh, that was a slow and painful burn. I love how he waited though to let me do my thing. Mad respect. Oh, treasures. I love my treasures. Oh. Sure. Why is there gas? Oh. It's fine. It's Fortnite, nothing's gonna happen. My runny nose, my allergies, my MCAS. So I have matched sickle, or no, not matched sickle, mast cell activation syndrome. There we go, Jesus. But basically, it's like I'm allergic to histamines, and some days I'll be good, some days I'm bad. Because you can't remove histamines from life. So my body's we're gonna YOLO it. So some days I might have a super runny nose, which I apologize for. I tried doing a nasal spray beforehand, but it looks like it's deciding today that it is time right now to show off our entirety of our runny nose. So here I am. Oh, okay, okay. Another person. I go right for the baby maker. Okay, 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 okay. Doing slightly better. That's fine. I'll take it. Shields? Shields, please? Ooh. Please? I swear, I thought this nose spray was gonna work for me, but I did do half the dose. And I can explain. It was giving me, it triggered a really bad migraine, so I was like, maybe I'll do half the dose. But I'll see. I have yet to see an allergist, even though many have told me, you have this. Go see a doctor. Yeah, but if you hear me go, that's why. I'm sorry. I know it's not very ASMR-y of me, or great for the audio quality. Maybe it's to pitch myself to get a shittier mic. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I can just use the zip line. People are shooting. I would like to know why. Who would like to shoot me? I volunteer as tribute. Bestie, come back. Oh, yeah. Where is the shooting coming from, man? Why are we all fighting? Fortnite players, come together. Why are we fighting this war? Why are they making us fight? What was the moral of the story? We shall be friends. Call a ceasefire, please. Every war ever. Christ. Okay. Okay. Come back here. Thank you. I like kidnapping those sprites. They're so cute. Be free, my cloud boy. I hope they keep them permanently because they are the goodest boys. He is free. Unites with nature. Oh, so cute. I wish there was an option to use gliders. Like, I know you have to, like, go on a launch pad, but, like, using gliders to jump, because I'm lazy. Come on. Accommodate the lazy Fortnite players. I also love that, like, dog colors in Japan. It's, like, the Japan season happening right now with, like, the little cities and, like, the bruh, my white accent for that. The takoyaki shops. we living the vacation through Fortnite too. We get all of the above. Aha. They're running away. Slime up my nose. Bro, go. Oh, is he running away? It'll be fine. My deep voice from my nostrils getting worse and worse. I can hear him. And I'm getting a burning rash too. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Isn't he the one from the island? Why is he here? Excuse me, the audacity. Hello? Haha. Rise, rise. Oh. Oh, is there someone else here? There is. Bro, where's this AI going? Bro. I hope I don't die to the AI, that'll be so sad. Okay, maybe this is not a good idea. Please heal me, please heal me, please heal me. Oh, I'm getting shot, I'm gonna die. So risky. Oh man, I'm screwed. Okay. Huh? Hmm? Please have healed someone. Ah. Okay. Ooh, I died. Okay. Rip 22. 12 kills though. I'm proud of myself. I used to start with 1 or 3, so I think that's way better. But I think I'm gonna call it quits for today's improv stream. Thank you for watching on Twitch and on YouTube. Feel free to check out my Twitch profile for my Discord and for my TikTok for the cringe TikToks and my YouTube for the cringe YouTube clips. But thank you so much, and your support, guys, always means so much to me. Take care. Follow if you enjoyed.